Cool, cool. And, podcast number 5 with the one and only Sophia Smith.
Hello.
And then can we get a pic for the thumbnail? You froze?
I didn't freeze. I just didn't move. I swear.
Okay, okay. All right, let's see. Alt tab. Um, so we were talking about the AI convo about chat, and so this is the first question I asked it, which is nothing something? And it goes on to basically say it's about the definition, um, which I guess, come to think of it, definition like makes perspective. But because it goes on basically to say, like, in the physical sense, that it's not true. It says in pure logical sense, it's not true. But in practice or language, we often treat nothing like something. I see nothing still refers to an experience. The concept of nothing makes it something in your mind. Hang on, I need to be able to see you. So um
I'm letting you lead. You tell me stuff. You ask me stuff.
mm, okay, so do you think nothing is something?
Yeah, it's nothing. So like, where does this go? Like, what does this solve? Like, what does this help?
Um, I would just say like a upward trajectory and a right direction, and
And
where
what exactly?
well, all right, I think number one, that us all realizing that God is real, and then number two, it's pretty much just like, I guess maybe it's a niche community that I'm like looking to like talk to or speak to or like pass the message along to. Um, but I think it's like affected a number of us, which is like people that um yeah, that have just died to like unnatural causes, I guess would be a good way to put it. Um, and yeah, just doing my part, because like the system that we have right now isn't foolproof, and so it could use, whatever other help it can, and it might be missing something, or there's not enough people, or whatever it is, but just hopefully be like a filler or a plug or something like that.
But not like I feel like yes, this is what you're doing in the sense of your podcast, right? Like that's
Mhm.
why you but I'm saying like this specific question is
Mhm.
nothing something.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
that I wonder what that is
Yeah.
to inform people of.
hmm That hell exists. That hell's a real place.
But how do you get to that conclusion if someone's just like, do you think nothing is something? Like,
Mhm.
where do you even bring up hell?
Because this place that we're living, then by default is not hell, which is a good thing. Whatever this makes us.
Hmm. But still, if nothing is something, like, again, how would I, like, are you kind of saying that people may believe that hell is nothing?
Not that hell is nothing, but that nothing is hell.
Uh,
Just
Like,
to like put into everyone's mind that there is a consequence for all all actions, and it probably reverberates into lifetimes, into future lifetimes.
okay, that I can get that, but like, still, again, the question, nothing is nothing something. I
Mhm.
still don't know where it comes from, like where I would start going on the hell topic. Like, I guess that
Well,
part I
because
don't.
like some people, specifically like suicide, if somebody wanted to kill themselves, like you're not living. Yeah, I don't know. If you like think this is hell, then just like imagine what actual hell is, then I guess is my point, and then just
Like, I mean, I get all of that. I do. I get that. But I would never get to the like I would never get to talking about hell like
yeah.
off of that question. Like if someone asked me nothing is nothing something, I'm not thinking about anything other than nothing and something. I'm not thinking about heaven, hell, death, life, thinking nothing and something. So that's just where I don't fully understand how that specific question gets to what you're explaining. But what you're explaining, I do actually understand.
What is that first sentence that you said? What's that first sentence you started with? Your response with?
How does it get to hell? I don't really remember, but I think it was something of that sort.
Um,
How does
I think, and everybody should just listen to this in two times speed. That's what I've come to the conclusion of, as well, because I speak probably too
well,
slow.
that's because you're thinking though,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah, probably. But I should just kind of like shoot from the hip at the same time, which is like to kind of remove my filter. But the gist of it is that this connects to a lot of other things too, just like um, nothing's impossible, and you should expect nothing, and nothing's guaranteed. Uh, and then it goes on to a parallel subject, which has to do with nowhere and nobody, which hits on like topics of who should be in charge, um, like who shouldn't be in charge, who should we like obey, who shouldn't we obey? Specifically thinking about just COVID and 2020 and like how I realize how like nobody truly is in charge. However, when not enough people realize that, then it, I think it causes chaos.
You're pulling all of that from nothing to something.
Mhm.
That's wild. I could never. So like what's the nothing in that? Like you just said if people don't realize something about the COVID.
Yeah, it just like like everybody was on the streets, like just seeing people see like somebody kneel on somebody's neck and just feel like they're not allowed to touch that person or get these people off this person just because of the uniform and the clothing that these people like somebody wears has that like um that type of effect along with just the psychology behind it just
I think those are great thoughts and ideas to talk about, but it still is hard for me to get to any of those points from nothing is something because I guess I'm just asking like what part of what you just talked about is nothing
right.
because all that was something. I'm just trying to understand
Yeah,
what
no, I
you're
hear you.
saying.
No, I do have something for you. It's like a long story. It's has to do just with the fact that I really just oh my gosh, I just don't know how much authority there really is in the world and if we all just took like a step back, took some deep breaths and kind of go back to like that analogy like who teaches birds how to fly is like we would all reconnect if we just took a step back and took a deep breath. And I think, yeah, and we'd be able to see probably with clarity and awareness. Um, but I guess I would just then spiral for a question like no matter what position or what title somebody has, like everybody is susceptible to doing wrong. Wouldn't you say, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
but
just
I still don't
mhm.
get where that part comes from. Like, who's the nothing of that? Like, where does the nothing, like, all these things are great ideas and thoughts again,
Yeah,
but
so
it's
this
just,
ties just to the fact that nobody is God. And that's what I want to tie that back to.
but wouldn't the question have been like, nobody is God, not nothing is
Like,
something?
yeah, I guess the question is like, who is God?
Okay. So is that a question for me? Or
Yeah,
that,
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it is a question for you. Like,
oh,
who is God?
I
Like, is
don't
somebody
know.
God? Is everybody God? Is nobody
No,
God?
I don't think anyone's God except for God, and I don't know who God is except for I just say He's God. Like,
Except for what? You think
He's
nobody? Or you
God.
say
Like, I don't think any of us are God except for God, but we have God in us, but that doesn't make us God.
mm,
Like, I have my dad DNA in me, but like, I'm not my dad. Therefore, I'm not my mom either. But like, I'm a part of them. Like they are in me, but I am not them. Does that
Mm,
make sense?
mm.
Who's God to you?
Nobody's God. Mm, mm. Yeah, nobody's God.
But who is God?
Nobody.
So would you say God's real?
Yep, I
But
would say
how is
that.
he nobody then? Or how is that entity nobody? Is it because you believe that to be a body, like no body, you have
Yeah.
to be earth
Yeah, it's
thing?
not of body, whatever God is. It's not of body. It's not of flesh.
So is that why you're saying like he's nobody?
Yeah, or she.
Semantics, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I guess I feel like some people will just have like worry or maybe just talking from my perspective, like whenever I feel myself worry, in order to like combat that, I'll realize like, yeah, I'm not God, or I'm not God, but God is me, so that like everything will be all right. And that there's nothing to worry about. So that goes back to the zero thing and the nothing thing that we were talking about, because the true hell is nothing.
Yeah, see, that's where I don't understand that.
Because, uh, well, I mean, I can kind of like, okay, I can say then as a Christian, you do believe in purgatory or you don't believe in purgatory? Will you remind me?
No,
You do not believe in purgatory.
no.
Yeah, but then see, this place would be purgatory then, because you're saying after you, when you die, you either go to your final resting place, which means that purgatory is the middle resting place or whatever. It's not the final resting place, I guess I should say. And so that's what purgatory is, right? Or should I ask you like how do you define purgatory?
I don't even know what the actual definition even is.
Right, because we're always redefining it. So at this moment, what do you feel purgatory is? Do you feel you're in purgatory?
No,
You're in the middle of between heaven and hell, though, right? Would you say purgatory, the definition of purgatory is in between heaven and hell?
no.
You wouldn't say that. What would you say purgatory is?
It could just be a spiritual realm after death.
Could it be then? Could this be purgatory then? Could you be in a spiritual realm
Of
in
course, it could be, but I don't think it is.
purgatory's place after death? Oh, so you think it's like a courtroom, like you're still in court, like you did your life, and then you died, but then they're like God's like still waiting to make official judgment on you. Like
Yeah,
God didn't decide immediately. God needed to see a little bit more facts and evidence.
yeah. Because I think that it's like, at least what I have the understanding of in Christianity, which like this could be wrong, but like this is where I'm at in my journey at least, is that when the people die, they don't go to heaven or hell. Well, do they go to hell? I think maybe they do go to hell. I think either. there are people when you die you go to hell, but the people who aren't, no, everyone who dies isn't anywhere yet until Jesus comes back to earth. And then that's when those people in the spiritual, they would end up falling into their places. So like if I die tomorrow, I wouldn't go to heaven or hell. I would just be in that spiritual place of waiting until like Jesus comes back to the actual earth.
Are you like moaning Myrtle? And why do you have to wait for Jesus to come back to Earth?
Because he said he was coming.
I'm waiting for this dude. We don't ride till Jesus gets here in the car.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Didn't he say he was coming back? Right? Oh,
The guy would return. I mean, in the Bible, I think that's how the story goes. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, but then I don't know if I want to get down this rabbit hole with you, but
I
if
mean, you
if
asked this question for
no,
some reason I don't
well,
know,
another
so I just
question though,
answered.
going off of this question, which is like, and this has my mind going 1,000 different ways, and I need to learn to cut like saying that out. By the way, too, like just you know what I mean. I can just keep that to myself that my mind's going like 1,000 different ways, you know,
I mean, you can share that.
instead of saying that. But what happened to the people that died while Jesus was walking the earth? What happened to the people that died before Jesus was walking the earth? Do those people not matter?
I don't think they don't. I don't think it's that they don't matter. It's just I don't know.
So,
Well, there's a lot of things I don't know, and there's a lot of things I don't think I'll ever know, and I think there's things I'm not meant to know. Like if I knew everything, wouldn't I be God?
mhm.
Very close to it, at least.
One thing, I think God, yeah, has a, anyway. Um, oh my goodness, because it says nothing is impossible, and then nothing's impossible for God. So that right there should just like show that that's where heaven, or I mean, that's where hell resides,
Where God is, you're saying.
where God is not.
Wait, what'd you say?
Where God is not.
But before that,
Hell is where God is not,
yeah, but why did you come to that?
because nothing's impossible for God.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Nothing's impossible for God.
And then for the audience, like there's two ways to take that, and I think there's like probably two ways to take anything, which is like figurative or literally. And so like you should analyze both,
Yeah.
like abstract versus the physical realm, abstract versus concrete.
Yeah.
I think the truth will set you free. So people that like, I just yeah, I guess the suicide thing just like has me just like I just keep thinking like observing it, I guess, and just like trying unpacking it. And it's like the
Okay.
other thing, the other thing about it is don't do it because it's like you don't even know that what you did solved the problem.
Okay, that's fair. But like, do you ever like really think like in their shoes then? Because like,
Yeah,
if
that's what I'm
you're
trying.
in
Yeah.
so much pain, okay,
Yes.
so much excruciating pain, hurting physically and mentally, emotionally, yeah, all of it, right? You have to be that desperate to be like, I can't take this anymore. I will feel, not know, because they're different. I will feel better escaping this by death. I may not know what is to come. I may go to hell. I may be in
Yeah, you
purgatory.
might make it
I may
worse
be, yes, exactly, right? But you are in a place that's so bad, you are willing to leave in order to free yourself of what you are feeling in that moment. May it be even worse that next step of life. Like that's how much pain this person is in, clearly. That
Yeah,
like
but that's what
even
I
if
would
I go to the
advocate
pits of
though
hell,
then is for
I
you to
would
feel
rather
something
end
versus
it.
feeling nothing.
They are feeling something though. They're
Because
feeling probably pain.
right, and they're wanting to feel nothing essentially because they're wanting to die. They're wanting to feel no more.
Well, I think
Because you're
they're
saying in the
I don't
reverse, you're saying they're feeling so much pain and then they want to die.
yeah.
But you're saying in the reverse, if they were feeling so much pleasure that they would just want to live. But as we know, like growing pains, like, yeah, growing stems from pain. You have to be uncomfortable to grow. It's
Yeah,
not
but
like
you're using
this
logic,
sweet
Victor.
process.
You're using logic. So, yes, if I
Logic,
like you
yeah, to
said,
get
you have to
people
look
out
at
of
it
the
two
hole.
different
I get
ways.
like when they say one other thing, when they say, I think so. When they say dig a hole, stop, drop the shovel. Like if you want to get out of a hole, if you want to stop being in a hole, drop the shovel. Like if you want to stop going deeper in the hole, just drop the shovel.
Yeah, but that's again the easier said than done kind of sort of similar thing of like logically, yeah, I know in order to grow, I have to suffer, I have to be in pain, I have to
Sacrifice,
be
yeah.
uncomfortable.
Let go of
I'm
things.
aware, I have the understanding of that. But does that mean I want to endure it? Because think about it, working out, if I weigh 300 pounds and I'm overweight, logically, I know I'm going to have to go to the gym and work out, and it's going to be really hard mentally and physically. But I have logic to understand it's what I need to do in order to evolve and grow and get healthy and have a healthy body and mindset. I'm aware, I have all of this understanding. But do I want to do it? Do I want to go through it? Do I want to suffer? It's easier to not do that, right? So like there's still like I feel like you're on the very like logical side and not so much like
Well,
in the emotional side of it.
yeah, I would just say that the logical part of me is stemming from the emotional side of me. And then I would also say that you're gonna suffer either way. So would you rather suffer with like a six pack and sweating it out, or would you rather suffer being the 300 pounds and not being able to move on the couch and dropping chip crumbs on your stomach and stuff?
Yeah, and like of course I have the understanding of that, but think about all those people who are overweight and don't do anything, but they know that they should, but it's like too hard. So they choose what's comfortable and what's easier. And so, yeah, sometimes it's easier for people to escape using drugs because even in their day to day life, people don't want to feel their emotions. They may use drugs, they may smoke, they may drink. It may numb them out to a point where they don't have to feel these feelings, but that's taking the easy way because the easy way is easier. So, like, not using drugs and things like that, you have to feel the emotions. You have to go through the process, and it's hard. So, like, to kind of be so mad that someone takes their life, like, then you should be mad at any of the people who take any sort of easy way rather than the actual process of what it should be.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could get behind that, like no shortcuts. And can we like make easier like a analogy, like the straight and narrow um is obviously like the difficult path. Like it's not the easy path, but it's like the correct way to go. It's like eventually if the Titanic ship is sinking and you start heading towards the water, like you're going the wrong way. See what I'm saying? It might be easier to go downhill on the Titanic, but that doesn't like, but that's not the way to like go out.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Again, logic. It's
Are you just gonna
easier.
lay down? Or are you gonna stand up and fight?
Vic, you do understand that the logic, like, people, I think, have the logic. It's the doing, like, the back to the easier said than done. Like, people know, like, people who smoke cigarettes probably know that it can give them
Right,
cancer,
right, right.
but they keep doing it because
But
it's
that doesn't
hard to quit.
but that doesn't mean that we stop fighting the good fight though still. And whether that means like even on their behalf or supporting our troops, like supporting the people like just because somebody gets wounded or something, like we don't just leave them to die. Like, so the whole thing about this too, Soph, is
Mhm.
that you are me and I am you, and we are one. So, like, if you are strong enough to pick if you are strong enough where you're doing all right and everything, and you have it together, then you ought to be able to throw a life raft, a life vest, something to somebody else that is not doing all right in the water. Like, that's what this is about. So, and then specifically, like some of the people, like I don't want to. My tactic is not to call people out by name, but to some degree, I almost like don't see anything wrong with that because like everyone, like we're different. So that's like the accountability kind of thing to it. Which is like
Um,
which I'm getting, which is like some people from like high school and stuff, like they had 4.6 GPAs. Like some people like broke the scale basically. And like where are all these people? How come these people aren't like saying anything? Like, and I'm not judging them because I was probably in their spot, but it just is like,
yeah, you just said it though. We're all different. Like,
yeah,
when I hear what you say, Vic, it sounds like you have a lot of empathy for people and you want people to help people when they need help.
because
And
I
if
know
you
that these
have,
people that I went to school with have that ability to do this. And like some like social construct is stopping people from crossing those social boundaries. And we need to let go of that stuff. Like separation is an illusion. Like when you hurt, I hurt. I will die on this hill.
no,
On
I get
everything.
what you're saying. I do. But I think when you
Like,
say we're all different, you're nailing it. Like, you're
yeah,
like,
but
why
that
aren't these
makes
people
us the
doing
same.
it?
That backs us up into being the same. If we're truly ultimately all different, then that truly ultimately makes us all the same in some weird crooked way. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's that paradoxicalness.
I think we obviously have similarities. Like, we're all humans, right? So in a way we are the same, but in a lot of ways we are still different. In our minds, in the way that, like, there are some people that you will never understand. There are some, like, okay, for instance, me personally, I'm kind of starting to understand them a little bit, but it's very hard for me to understand people who are, you have to be a hardcore MAGA supporter. I don't care if it's somebody who voted for Trump, that's different. If you claim to be a hardcore MAGA supporter, it's hard for me to understand that you claim yourself to be a Christian.
So you
But
gotta break that down though.
no, wait, stop, stop,
You
stop.
gotta break that
But
down.
the reason I'm saying that is because we're all on different programs. Like again, because we're all different. So the programming in my brain is, if you really are a Christian, I don't believe that you would be a hardcore MAGA supporter. You may be someone who voted for Trump, but to claim you are a hardcore MAGA supporter, in my programming, in my brain programming, it's hard for my head to get there. And vice versa. I guarantee people who are hardcore MAGA supporters look at Christians who maybe are leaning more liberal or so. They may say, how are you to claim you're a Christian? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, our programming, as much as we are the same or whatever, like, no, we're very different. Like,
So I think like
there's
our destiny is
huge
tied. I
differences.
think our destiny is tied. Or is
Our
one.
destiny can be tied, but like, it's it's more than our destiny. Like, if I can't even understand fully why someone could say these claims and say this is who I am and I can support this person, like, to me in my brain, if you're supporting somebody who's continuously lying, who's been accused of raping women, and like all of the, like, he's got a lot of bad traits. And so as a Christian, it's hard for me to understand how you support this person who's like kind of racist and hateful and talks ugly and acts childish and immature. And like, that's not, if I read the Bible, I'm not seeing that as walking in Christianity.
Well, I mean,
So
one of
like,
the things that I would have to say though, like, what do you think about then on a broader scale, just like military and I mean, honestly, what we're talking about then is just big hypocrisies in a broader sense. Like, what are some of the biggest hypocrisies in society that ruin society? Um, you get what I'm saying there? Like, um, and the best way that you're trying to get rid of somebody that's doing something wrong is to kill them, um, well, with kindness, but no, but not give them attention. Like, you know what I mean? That give them the silent treatment.
yeah,
You see
that's
what I'm
pretty
saying?
evil. Yeah, that's evil.
How is that evil?
That's
You're
giving someone the silent treating, treating them like they're nothing when they're a human being.
talking about that person though that is doing doing wrong in order to get attention, essentially.
What?
Because
Where did this come
we
from?
live in an attention based economy. Like if I want to get somebody's attention, like that's what it's all about. If I can't get your attention first, which is your greatest asset, then I don't have what I need to go about with my agenda.
So you need their attention. So
Yes,
you're saying they're doing bad in order to get the attention.
possibly that too. Yeah, to stay relevant,
Okay.
to have
Okay,
eyes on
sure.
them.
But again, like, when you're saying like these people from high school who are very intelligent and stuff, and you're like, I
Uh,
know it's in them to like, they should use their knowledge to help people and
yeah,
all this stuff. It's like,
right.
but again, like, clearly it's not in them, like you say, because they would be doing it.
Or is it because like I
Like, their
haven't?
programming's not what you're thinking it is. Like, I think you see good in people, which is great, but it's like this false sense, because if it was there, they would just
Not
be doing it already.
because what do you think about like me saying that I made myself this way?
Uh, yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So can everyone else. That's what I'm started to realize. Like me going in and rewiring, that's what everyone can
Yeah,
do.
I mean, Of course. So like that's like saying like I'm a murderer. Like it's in me too to be a murderer. I just haven't done it yet. Like everything I have all the possibilities of doing anything and everything, right? Like I could be whatever. It's just do I do it? And that's what it comes down to. Like, do
Right.
I
And
kill
that's also
someone or
like the
do I
other thing,
not
yeah,
kill someone?
is nothing stopping you. And nothing is a force unto itself, which is crazy to think or say, but I guess like nothing I guess can be a powerful force when you let it be. Maybe that's the proper thing to say because you can just walk right through that. Like the door is open, there's nothing stopping you. But somehow nothing still has that ability to actually, you know what I mean? Like it, you like it's almost yeah,
So you're saying, yeah, we have the capability of like doing anything, right? But
right,
there's
yeah.
things that
Mm.
still stop us.
There's nothing that stops us though. Like it's an illusion. That's what's stopping us.
No,
It's
I
all in
think
your
there are
head.
things that
It's
are
all in your
stopping.
head.
Well,
That's what
yeah,
it
but that
is.
doesn't make it illusion. Like, okay, there's a lot of people who like, okay, say you're in high school and you're like, I want to be a model. And it's like, well, if you want to be a model, you should probably move to like New York or California. And you're like, well, I've never been there and I've never lived on my own. Like fear. Like fear is not an illusion. Like, yeah, it's not like a physical piece that you can hold in your hand, but it's definitely a real thing. And fear stops a lot of people. So that person in high school who's like, I want to be a model, like if they're too afraid to step out of their hometown and leave, they're not going to do it. What stopped them? Fear.
Let me say it, then I think I got another way to say it as you were talking, as you're saying it, is that it's like hypnotization. Like you only allow yourself to get hypnotized if you want to get hypnotized. You only allow fear to stop you if you want it to stop you. You only allow nothing to stop you if you want it to stop you. And therefore, making nothing something.
I feel like, in a sense, making nothing something, yeah, but I think nothing. So, like, for me personally, I wouldn't see that as a fearful thing. But again, we're all in different programming. Like, my programming is different than somebody else who's like, no, that's scary. I wouldn't want to go do it. And I'm over here like, no, that's not scary. You should go do it. But that's us being on different programming. I don't think it's always too like this, I want it to stop me. I think it's a lot of other factors in life of like maybe this person came from a situation where they grew up really poor and finally they have a nice, not even a nice house, like they finally have like a place they can live that's affordable. But if they move to New York or California, they know it's going to be far more expensive. So the fear is like, wow, if I move out there, how am I going to even live on my own? Because I might not be able to afford it. So I don't think it's always like they want the fear to stop them. It's just like they're at a in a way kind of being logical like can I afford this on my own in a place where I know nobody all by myself? And I
Yeah,
think
you
for
gotta it's like
you
flying.
might be saying, like, of course, like, we shouldn't let fear control us. I think that would be where you're at. Like, of course, we shouldn't let fear control us, but it does sometimes.
But I guess I'm also saying then that you're letting it control you because you want it to control you.
Where are you getting the want it to control you, though?
Because people don't get hypnotized unless they want to get hypnotized.
But there's some people who get hypnotized and they don't even know that they could be hypnotized.
I don't know about that.
So you think
So
everyone is
my thing was about the fear is that the only thing to fear is fear itself. And that's solving the riddle, that's solving the paradox. The only thing to be afraid of is being fearful. You're
So what
only
does that look like?
fearful when you're faithless. And so
Mm.
I do feel like maybe I have to admit that to myself. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm hedging my bet here. Like, I'm still juggling a job and like that type of thing. Like, I'm not just going full throttle or off the wall with this. So does that mean like that? Like I have to ask those questions and look inside myself. Like, does that mean that I'm being fearful and things of that nature? So yeah, I
But
don't want to sound like hypocrite, like hypocritical,
mm,
but like I know what the answer is, or I feel that I have the answer, even though I might not go with that answer. I just still want to pass along what I like. Like I'm saying, like I'm not doing right, but here's still what is the right way to do things,
mm,
even though that still might not be the right way to do it, which is what I'm working on too. But what I was getting at was never say never came to my head for some reason, which was to say the reason that's a cliche too, so is because the only thing that will not happen is something never happening. Does that make sense? The only thing that will never happen is something never happening. Does that make sense?
but why? Like, why does this matter? Why does this never say never matter?
Because all your dreams are possible. All your dreams are possible. Whatever like your desires are reachable, are attainable. Like that should
Isn't
keep
that what
people
never
living
say
and
never
breathing and
means?
what?
That's what never say never means.
But that's what I'm getting at. I'm breaking these down a little bit more for people because I didn't know what they meant when I was growing up. Like I could say these things, I could mimic them,
Cause I'm
I could
sorry, I should
repeat
have
them.
told you.
Yeah, I guess but that's what I'm saying right now. Like you should be telling people now. Like there's still people that are me, cuz that are in those shoes, regardless of what the age is. Like there's people. It's about maturity too. Like because we're all of age, but like it's all about maturity levels within the age. Like you could have somebody that's like, you get what I'm saying there too.
Yeah, your age doesn't define
Like
what your knowledge of
dictate,
life
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Because you have
exactly.
to have experiences. And like, if
Yeah.
you don't
So
experience very
I don't even know if
like
it's
serious,
experience. That's one of the ways to do it. Like, yeah.
well, I think experience, like, okay, so for me, this sounds so crazy. Like, I didn't realize that somebody who would come from like I honestly never really thought what broken home meant. I heard it, but I never processed what it really meant. And it just means
Never
like
say never.
not having a mom and dad like married and
All right, what does
like
it
in
mean?
your not having a mom and dad like
Oh,
married as like growing up. Like I heard broken home, but I never knew really what it had entailed. And I didn't know like okay, so somebody who grows up in a broken home, they tend to Samba stop. They tend to grow up faster than somebody who wasn't in a broken home because their their childhood is in a sense kind of taken away from them because they may have different priorities than a kid who has a mom and dad who handle the mom and dad stuff. Like, for instance, I have a friend who had to, when her parents got divorced and separated, she became a parent to her two younger siblings. She was taking her kids to school. She was making sure they were fed, taking them to their sporting things. So her childhood, essentially her teenagehood, was gone. And so I don't even remember where we were starting with that. I already forgot.
maturity levels,
Oh
age.
yeah. So like this person probably experienced a different version of life than me at 16, 17 years old. I'm still being a stupid young teenager while they're like, holy crap, I gotta actually pay the house bill because my mom just freaking left me here. Like, so that's where it's like, yeah, age doesn't necessarily prove that you know these things, but like sometimes life experiences can definitely like level your age up.
Yeah, what happens, I think, what trips people up is they think that with age is going to come experience, but that's not necessarily true either.
Exactly.
Because I for sure thought like when growing up, or whatever, as a kid or something, a different kid, that when I was like 21, when I was gonna be 21, I remember being like 7 and thinking, dude, when I'm 21, I'm gonna have all this figured out. I'm gonna have all this figured out. Like, dude, all these adults know everything. I'm gonna be so baller.
That's hilarious that you thought that. That's so cute. You're like, these guys are stupid. When I get to their age, I'm gonna know everything. False.
No, it wasn't like I was gonna be like smarter than them. I thought that they were smart and they did know everything.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
I
like, I can't wait
see.
to do that. Like,
That's cute. Yeah, yeah. That's funny.
how how wrong I was. But yeah, and so now we have that opportunity to help people though. Yeah, and that's part of the reason to do this, and for exactly that reason.
Yeah, I totally get that. But sometimes these questions I be telling you, Vic, they don't be helping me understand some of the
I think
things.
I think sometimes it's gonna be like a long story, a long way home, and it's gonna be long-winded. I'll I definitely am looking to cut out like that as much as possible. So
The long-windedness is fine. It's just
yeah.
sometimes it doesn't translate well. Like you will tell me great ideas and thoughts,
Mm.
but like the first question doesn't relate to the great ideas and thoughts. So then I'm like, this first question could be eliminated in a
So
sense because
is
it
nothing
causes
something?
confusion.
Is nothing something? That's where this all stem from.
Yeah, but
Came
then
from.
that like me ask like if you're just trying to get a conversation going, if that's the goal, like I could be like rocks smell like dog poop and I don't know why. Do you? Like I could just say something random and then I could be like, well, dogs walk on rocks, and then we could start talking about dogs, and then we could go to like the hair on dogs and the hair we have is different. Like if you're just trying to like say a question to like cause like when you're like people want attention so they're being bad. Like are you asking a question that's like kind of confusing in order to just get talking?
Um, Definitely asking a question to get things going. Does that make sense? To get a response. So this isn't a lecture, that type of thing, right?
No, I know it's not a lecture, but the first question is always the where I get puzzled and I'm really trying to be like, how does this go to this and that and this? But
So
then when
see,
you get to the
this is
other
where I
stuff,
should
I'm
say
like,
then. This is where I should
huh.
say at the beginning then is everything everything. How I did that during one of our other podcasts. Is
Oh, I
everything
remember
everything.
is everything, everything. I would not forget that.
Yo, because then yeah, we spoke about this like people are better messengers, yo. That's what it's coming down to. Like I gotta be a better messenger. Like I gotta sing this stuff. I gotta rhyme these words into a rhythm for y'all to know it's a rap. Like I have to. I
You
really
gotta
do
do
have to.
something.
I do. I really do have to bring it. I have to entertain as I deliver this message. It could be as truthful as everything, but if it's not gonna capture anyone's attention, it's worth diddly squat.
You little turd head, so is that really why these questions are that wild? Is it because you're trying to, like, an attention grabber? Because I feel like you're not. I don't think your questions are to attention grab. I think that's actually, like, what your brain is thinking and processing. It's just I can't ever get to it.
It's both. It's both. It's both then. Because I have to have your attention like that. I have to have your attention to do anything. Like
Yeah, but now you're playing into the games that
but
society.
I'm being see my game is to give game. That's my game.
Like, yeah, you're not doing anything bad with it because you want to share good information, right? But you're still
Boom.
feeding
Yes,
into the
exactly.
game of, hey, I
So guess
realize.
what? Even when I leave the Matrix, like Neo, I still have to come back here. I don't get to actually like I know that I'm in the Matrix. I don't know how to explain that. A Matrix with a system of programming. So I see like you were even brought that up, which is interesting, that word programming. It's not in there
Yeah, we are
programming.
programmed different.
Yeah, and we're conditioned. And
Hmm.
one of the key words that I want everyone that I would like everyone should attach themselves to is paradox. Study that one word will open a lot of will open things. Dare I say everything? Because everything's everything.
Nothing is something.
Right. Which somehow makes it everything. But there's like that barrier, that something that's right in the middle. It's that cushion. It's that it's
Who's
that
on my
washer.
cousin?
That washer.
Like, I get it, but then sometimes I don't get it.
You ever see those videos, those memes where it's like, I get it now? Like I understand it. Like you ever see that? Where like the
Oh,
meme of the video will be like everything clicks now. Like like the heavens opened up.
no, I don't think I've seen it.
No, it's like Steph Curry will be shooting his 40-second shot and it'll go in. And then are you all right? Yeah, you
Yeah.
all right? And one of the comments will be like, Steph Curry's thinking, I get it now. Like, yeah, it's just like this click. It's like this formation. It's
Well,
this
yeah,
aha, this epiphany moment.
yeah, like when you're breaking codes.
Yeah. I want to keep breaking code. So, like, selfishly, I know this is my next step in the evolution too, which is to keep sharing. As crazy as it sounds, I get how this can sound. I get it. I get it. However, that doesn't
What's
mean
it
that like I
sound? What's
can't
it
keep sharing.
sound like?
I
I'm
just feel
confused.
like I could be like one of those people. I I mean I already know who I am. I like this could come off as me with a cardboard box writing "Is God real?" standing in Times Square.
Mm,
Yes,
so a
because
homeless person.
I guess I wouldn't say that I'm homeless. I wouldn't say like I say like home is where the heart is, and like yeah, like I know where my heart is, and I know I know how to follow my heart, so I'm never gonna be homeless. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, cause like yeah, okay, if everything is like a perception thing, like if somebody's like, okay, well, if I always have my heart and I know who I am, I'll never be homeless. But like, then you could do the literal sense of it and be like,
That's a
well,
house.
if you don't have a house and you're not in it and you don't have a place to stay, brother, you're homeless.
No, because that's a house. Like money buys a house, but it doesn't buy a home. Money buys lust, but it doesn't buy love. Like money buys,
So you're houseless, you're saying.
yeah,
So
yeah.
semantics, like you're
Yes,
doing
yes,
semantics again.
yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
feel like it's just not that important to be honest. Like
Yo,
I
I
don't
I
think that's what
promise I
people are
do it.
stuck on. Like someone who sees a homeless
Yo,
person isn't like,
in the beginning, the it was the word. God says, "Let there be light." Light was shown onto the world.
Okay. And what else? What?
Give me more,
Like,
give me
where are you
more.
going?
I'm saying, yo, word is life, baby. Word is everything.
Okay, but
However I want to tackle everything, I'm doing it through the words. That's how I'm tackling everything for whoever it is.
yeah, I get that. Like, you're
Yes.
very picky about the actual word. And like I think sometimes you do need to really be picky about words, but like sometimes the ones that you're going after, I'm just like the homeless, houseless, like I don't know if that changes anyone's thought process very like yeah, I get what you're saying. Like I think it's a beautiful sentiment to say it that
Hmm.
way. Like
Hmm.
that's very like it's beautiful, but the reality is like okay, they don't have a house.
Hmm.
So like they are still without a home in a sense. But like again, I hear you on your like what you said,
Yeah, because
very
then you can go like
warming, but
you can go down this. Wait, what'd you say? It's boring?
like it's very like heartwarming to say
Oh,
it that
heartwarming.
way because it's like
Yeah,
hopeful.
because the other thing that you can say then is what's a home? Like you can go down that path and defining that, or what's a house? I'm sorry, what's a house? You can go down that path and say, well, because they could be in a cardboard box, and they could be like, that's you, like they could say that's their house, and
Their
you could be like,
home.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, their house though, and you could be like, you're still houseless, or yeah, you could just, you know. Yeah,
Yeah, because
it's just the point that everything's gonna be all right, like Bob Marley says too. Like, don't
yeah,
worry.
so it's just like putting it in like a better perspective of like yes, positivity and things like that.
Yeah, yeah, positive mental attitude. But then again, the reason for saying this though is that like that person that is homeless or houseless or whatever
On the
is
stop.
yeah is you, which is why we should figure out like which is why it's like I can't just leave my post and like abandon everything, but like I have to say something. I can't just say nothing. And um, like I want to figure out a way to do more in this life and stuff. Like I want to, yeah, I just make a difference. And I realize that that person, like we are all one. So I'm saying this though, like if you really feel like that person is houseless and homeless, then there should be something that we should be able to do. Like,
Yeah, Vic,
you
that's so
know,
beautiful. But like again, people don't have that heart that you have. And I know you say like it's all in us because I could
yeah,
be a murderer or not a murderer,
yeah,
but like clearly it's not there. Like there are a lot of people who don't believe in government assistance and like helping people who need help like that. They're like, well, they can get a job and they can work their butt off just how I did. Like they don't want government assistance. So I'm okay with it. There's some people who need it. There's single moms. I had friends whose they were single, like they had a mom that was single and they had food stamps.
yeah.
And I don't have a problem with that because we all just need a little help. But again, there are people who do not have a heart like that. They do not see the world like that because we have different programming.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know what to do right now at this point in my journey besides this and just like speaking it right now. And I'm not just saying just speaking it because I do think speaking it is powerful. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm asking for help. I'm asking for advice. I'm asking for direction. Like,
I think your
does
heart's
anybody else feel that
beautiful.
way?
There are people who feel like you, cuz there are a lot of people who feel like you, but there's also a lot of ugly people in this world who do not feel that way. And they need, I
So
agree, they
those
should be on
people
your
that don't feel
programming.
that way, that's who I'm looking to speak with. Because yeah, I'm just looking to speak to, yeah, everyone, you. That's who I'm looking to speak to. Does that make sense?
Well, no.
I'm looking to speak. Yeah, I'm looking to speak to, dude. Yeah, I'm looking to speak to everyone. I'm looking to speak to people
Yeah,
because
I
what I'm
know.
saying though, like that ideal needs to be extinguished. The ideal needs to go away.
I agree.
So
I don't like it. I wish it would go away, but
the
like
what
this,
and this I don't. This brings me back to um like the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. The whole do you know what the reason behind like saying that is? Like what that does, what that brings, what that provides.
because it puts it into existence.
It puts what's into existence.
Like if you speak evil, evil comes. If you hear it, obviously it's already there. If you speak no evil, hear no evil. What is it?
Yeah, speak no
Hear.
evil, hear no evil, see no evil,
Oh
see
yeah.
no, hear no, or speak no.
I guess I don't really know what it means then.
Like, what do you think about this idea that in order to get rid of evil, we don't speak about it, we don't see it, we don't talk about it, like meaning that we only see the positive in people or in a situation. We only look for, we only hear the positive in a situation. We only speak the
No, I
positive in
don't
a
think
situation. So what
I
I'm
don't
saying is if I ask you how to make a light bulb, you don't tell me 1,000 different ways how not to make a light bulb. That's not going to get me to where I got to go.
well also that's not what
You
you
see what I'm
asked. You
saying?
said how do you make a light bulb? I would this.
When some people, you'll notice, you'll be like, yo, what do you think about this? And they'll be like, I don't think yada yada yada. But it's like I didn't ask you what you didn't think. I asked you what you are thinking.
Yeah.
So I get it's a fine line, and it's like I get it's like could be excruciating. However, it's that distinguishing line between right and wrong and love and hate, and it's that fine line that we're looking to distinguish here.
Yeah, but you said it earlier. You were like, I don't want to call people out, but like you said something about accountability. And
Yeah,
so if we ignore evil being done and we give it silent treatment, then the people doing wrong will never be held accountable for their wrongdoing because they're not being called out. So how the only way to change behavior is to acknowledge what's being done. If I like keep stabbing you and you never tell me I'm stabbing you and I don't realize I'm stabbing you because you're not like, ow, this hurts or please stop, like I'll just keep doing it and doing it. But the only way the behavior will really change is if you let me know, like, hey, dude, like you're stabbing me, like stop. I'm like, well, okay, I didn't know. Thanks for letting me know. I'll change my behavior. Like you have to call people out when things are wrong. Otherwise, why would they stop doing it?
yeah, something to think about. I don't know how I'm gonna utilize that. I'm kind of thinking like Beaver Creek area right now, and just
Stop it, Samba. Go to the backyard. Like, okay, there was
yeah,
this cool video I saw recently of Trump and some guy, and they had like hard hats on, and Trump was telling a lie. Okay, he was
yeah, I saw
fabricating,
that.
exaggerating,
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
guy
yeah.
called him out. So,
Right.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have
Yeah,
to call
yeah,
that behavior out. And when you're silent, because like you said, the silent, like that's not helping that person grow because they're not having to process the painful, I told a lie, I did something wrong, I did something bad. They're not getting the chance to grow. And you're
yeah,
just sitting back, letting it happen. And then that's how chaos, I think, happens. The people who sit
yeah.
back.
Yeah, I think there's a moment for silence. I'll say that. And then, yeah, I do agree about saying something as well. Like there's a time for both, and just gonna have to discern it.
Yeah,
But, um,
there's a time
yeah,
for everything.
absolutely. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Call it the behavior. Yeah. So, yeah. And, so like proving that we should care about one another, like, just logically, like, not even have an emotion, but or whatever. No, you are you, and I am I. So this is what the AI is saying. I think I saw this screenshot and stuff. But so am I you is the question, and it says it's not as simple as it looks. It invites ideals from identity, consciousness, and even spirituality. So let's explore a few layers. So on a literal level, no, you're not me. You're a unique person, your body, mind, experiences, free will. I'm an artificial intelligence created by OpenAI. I don't have the subjective experience, memory, identity in the human sense. On a philosophical level, you're asking a question that touches on non-duality, collective consciousness, and the illusion of separation. In some traditions, Advaita Ben
Then
Vedanta,
Vedanata.
so Buddhism, mystical Christianity, uh, Sufism, there is no you or I, only oneness or awareness manifesting in different forms. So, in that view, yes, you and I are expressions of the same underlying reality. I am you, you are me, we are all expressions of the same consciousness wearing different masks. So, that's the whole point about like caring. That's the whole point about caring about one another. And I mean, okay, so in language and communication artistry, you asking me this question makes us part of a shared system, a dialogue. In that moment, there's a kind of shared space between you and I where meaning is created. Right. Me even asking you that question is creating that shared space where like I extend it to you and you even being able to answer me like creates that space automatically, like it backs you into it, into answering it, yes, you are me. Does that make sense?
Um, Again, so like you're getting somebody's attention by asking questions, so you're creating a
No, like
space to
I'm
have
actually asking you.
conversation.
No, I'm actually like asking you. Like no,
Oh,
I'm not like when you mean attention grabbing, like no, I'm not just like getting your attention just to, like get your attention like for
no, I didn't think you
you.
were.
I think though that questions are a way for us to like fast track world peace and stuff. Like if we could only talk in questions, then we wouldn't be offending anybody, we wouldn't hurt anybody, that type of thing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the whole discussion, the whole entire time would just be to learn, and it wouldn't even be to push your view on somebody or then push their view on you. You see what I'm saying? Like every time I end in a question, there's like this like lubrication. Does that make sense? Like there's this ease
Uh,
and there's this
I mean,
transition and there's no
asking
friction.
questions.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, if we only ask questions, like on a not literal sense, obviously, because if we just kept asking questions, you'll never find anything out. Because like, who answers it at some point,
Are you sure
right?
you wouldn't find anything out by answering a question with a question?
Mm, no, because I think sometimes it's helpful for somebody to express why they see the answer to a question. Because I think that's what can get someone's wheels turning. Because you see different perspectives. Like, I think the
So
question alone can do stuff, but like when you hear, because like, when someone's like, oh, I never thought of that, it's because they said what they perceived something as, and then it made you realize that your programming in your brain never thought that way, to then see like, oh, I see that.
yeah. So I guess maybe like the question everything is also like a tactic to hack into getting us world peace. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Well, I think it's just get, if you question things, you get understanding. Like
Uh-huh.
again, like I didn't see it that way. Like I see what you're saying. Like I understand. So by asking questions, you're able to understand people. And I think that is how you could have world peace, is if people were just way more understanding rather than I see it this way and this is the only way it is.
It's so funny. I used to think like on Miss Congeniality when the contestants would be like, and world peace. Dude, I would always laugh at that, be like, yeah, right, get out of here. But now I'm the contestant saying, yo, I got world peace. I got it. I got it. I promise. I swear on everything. I feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my soul.
Wow.
It's quaking, baby.
Whoa. That's crazy,
I'm
actually.
ecstatic, yo. It is possible, yo, world peace. It's possible. It 100% is possible. Yo, we can do this. We can flip the script. Yo, it's like Spy Kids is literally like Spy Kids, like when they're just trying to figure out how to switch the minds of the children from not doing bad anymore. And they're just like, all they did was make right is wrong and right wrong is right. And that's all they did. That's all they have to undo. That's it. Those two wirings. That's it. That's it. That is it. No crisscrossing
Uh,
wires.
yeah, easier said than
Yo,
done.
but that's where it starts is in the mental framework, in the mental programming, in the mental mind work framework.
Yeah, obviously that's
Yo,
where it
language
starts.
is a code. Language is a code.
Yeah.
So we can use it to share the code with other humans, other people, yo. And then
Yeah.
if they implement that code into themselves, we will get world peace and we'll have unity and we'll have utopia. We will
And
have
like
these things.
you have like a hippie heart, a hippie mind. Which is not
Yo,
saying that,
it's not a
no,
hippie
I'm
man.
not saying
I'm
that
straight up
bad.
I'm straight up backing it up with facts. Like when you cut off your nose to spite your face, you are hurting yourself. You are not making the situation better.
Yeah, I
You might want your nose gone, but you cannot do it without hurting your face, so you might as well come to terms with it. I am you and you are me. It's that
no.
it is that
That's
simple.
not where it gets simple. That's where you are giving people the brain
Yo,
thoughts of
I answer to you. I
confused.
respond to you. When you call upon me, you do so with the word you.
Victor, I'm sorry.
I
No.
am you. Okay. So what do I do then, cuz? What do you mean no? What do you mean by that? What do you mean no to
Like
what?
again, you
Like
have
I
these
am you.
great
This is the
thoughts.
question. We're on the am I you? And I'm
This doesn't,
explaining
like,
how
I don't see how, like, if you're saying like, okay, you want people to help each other, and like the reason they should want to help people is because like I am you.
yes,
Like
yes. They're helping
that's
themselves.
no.
They're
Like
helping
that
themselves.
shouldn't be how you share that information. Well, I don't want to tell you how you should do it, but like that I feel like could be simplified and probably shared in a better way.
What's
Because
another? What do
honestly,
you think? You
no,
keep
but please stop.
because you were
Go to
saying
the
something
backyard.
about us
Like
all being humans. That's your way of saying what I'm saying in a different way. You think that's like, you know,
yeah, in a very simplistic way, like
you're
sh-
saying we're all humans. We
we
all
should
breathe
care for
air.
people in a way because like we didn't choose to be here. We were all just put here and
Yeah,
we're
I agree
all
with
human.
all
Like
that. Yep.
But like to be like I am you and you am I, like like that I think is like causing really hard thought patterns and semantics and language. Like it throws people. Like at least it
Well,
throws me.
yeah, yeah. Speak. Yeah.
Throws me.
Because
But
what I'm saying is like, do you think that it's possible that we are in a universe like we're multiverse characters in a universe? That's what I'm getting at too. You know how like the different Spider-Mans collide into one universe,
yeah.
but they're really all Spider-Man.
But like why get to the trippy stuff when you could just tell people like, hey man, we were all just put here, and like rather hating each other and pitting against each other, we should come together because we all just got put here for we didn't have a choice.
Because because that did not do enough for me to want to step out of my comfort zone and out of my shell to help other people in this way.
So the you
Yo,
and that
like
what
cuz like
made you
yes, like
want
cuz yes, I love you guys.
to.
Like yes, I love you all. Like yeah, I will step up and do something for you at one point in time. I'm talking about before I realize like I'm you and you are me, even though I'm also not you and you are not me on the physical realm and all this stuff. Is that like I knew it was good to be nice to people and I knew that like that's the right thing to do and to treat people right. However, this just like added a whole nother like layer in context for me to make me want to, yeah, like do this podcast and like give me the energy to do that. Like if I know that I'm helping myself, like why would I not pass that information along? Like I don't hate me and like yeah, it's I don't know, cause yeah, it just made me step out. I see you muted yourself, and I'm about to ask you
No,
like a
I
few
get
things
it.
about
That's
that.
what helped you understand. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
that's fair. That's what helped you understand it. And obviously, there's got to be people who are going to be on that same
yeah. I
wavelength
think so.
who
Yeah,
will use that and think that way.
yeah, and we can
But
move
if
on
you're
if
trying
it's
to
not
reach the
helping
people
you
who
or
are
something.
hateful and ugly and don't have the programming of like wanting to help from people, I don't think that they would be on that wavelength,
Well,
truthfully.
this is what I will say to those people that are buying into that ideal that you are only hurting yourself. Like we are looking in a mirror. I'm talking about life in general and karma. What goes around comes around. Um, that type of thing. Like everything is everything, because it's all going to come back to you. It all comes back to you. So for those people, that's what I would say to those people, and I would also argue, or not argue, but just ask them to, will you come on the podcast? Will you message me? Like, will you explain to me how you see things in life, in this world, how you see us coming to terms with peace and tranquility, how you see us coming together as people. So, does that seem fair to say?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it seemed okay. So, like, I would say that people who are like open minded tend to be more so like altruistic. Is that the word?
Yes. Yes.
And like the people who aren't as open minded are more so, not always and not everyone, obviously. Um, they tend to be the ones who aren't like that. And I think it will be hard for people who are not open minded to hear the language that you're using. That's why I think
So though,
the
even for you,
basic
cause
language would help those people who are not open-minded. Because like when I'm saying like you're making me scatter, like you're making me search for things when you could just keep it on the simple level. So like if I'm already not open-minded and this guy is speaking in this way where I have like I'll just be like, this guy, what is he talking about? I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yep.
Because I
But
think
for
I'll say it
this,
again. Your ideas and thoughts I think are like really cool. I like them, but sometimes the start question is the one that,
so where are we right now? Where are you and me? Where are we sitting right now in this conversation? Like, are you grasping what I'm saying to you? What, yeah, where are we at right now? Like, I get where you're coming from. You're saying from another perspective. You're trying to pull from an outside audience perspective and maybe glean like how you used to think or whatever that might be. Am I right about that?
yeah, I'm just thinking of the people that you're trying to actually reach
But so
to
yeah. So,
help.
but me and you though, just simply me and you though. Like we should just focus on me and you talking, and regardless of like how somebody else might interpret this or think about this or take this, what I'm trying to do right now is just get these ideas across to you.
Yeah, they don't always come across to me, like I
Yeah, so
said.
I'm asking you, so like for right now for this podcast, like what's getting across to you, what's not getting across to you.
The first question never probably gets across, and then when I'm like, well, how do you even get there? And what are you actually trying to say is the part that I get.
But I'm not necessarily trying to get anywhere with this. I mean, because I'm gonna have to do this philosophical thing again. Like I'm just journeying. So when you say like that, I'm gonna say that I'm just journeying and I'm just going with the flow and we're just rifting in and out and we're literally starting from scratch, like nowhere. We're just, you know what I'm saying? We're just hitting a note and we're gonna just keep playing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the first question is nothing something, just super simple question, 3 words, is nothing something. Like, how do you take that? What's your take on that? I have the AI to like go along with us, and it was pretty much getting at everything that I was thinking in that moment, which is like written down on the shared screen and stuff. But yeah, I was asking you just straight up, is nothing something? What you think about that?
Yeah, and I said this question doesn't get me anywhere. Like, cause all I'm thinking is nothing and something, and is nothing something? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
then what?
So just yes, yes, it is pretty much. That's it. That's your response to that.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. And then basically, I'll go straight to the summary. So is nothing something? This is what the AI had to say about it. Strict logic, it said no, nothing is the absence of all things. It said everyday use is nothing something, yes, because when we refer to it, talk about it, react to it. And then it says in physics, yes ish, nothing often still has structure or energy. In math and philosophy, is nothing something? Often it is. Nothing can be formalized as a concept or object. And yeah, and so that's what it pretty much said about that. All right, so next question is everything everything. Um, you what would you say to that? Even though we've had this question, I've asked you it before.
Yeah,
Like, what would you
I
say?
guess.
You say, okay, yes, I guess.
I
And
don't, I don't really, yeah, I guess.
and does that get you anywhere? Like, yeah, does that get you anywhere? What's the point, or like, does that make you ask, like, what's the point of asking that, or like, what am I getting at by asking that? Is there something
Yeah,
deeper than just the surface level there? Like,
yeah, I don't, like, yeah, why ask that?
so I guess my purpose behind asking that is to like also give people confidence in whatever they're doing, or just hope and light, which is that like we come from stars for, we come from stars for goodness sakes. Like, we talk about movie stars and superstars and all these types of stars, and it's like we come from stars, so that's reason to wake up in the morning and get after it.
Again, I would never get there from everything is everything. Like, so when you had the thought of everything is everything, that's what motivated you to believe that you could do anything?
I mean, yeah, because yeah, it took away from me like wanting to bounce around to all these different things. Like once I realized whatever I put my mind to equates to everything, then I'm not missing out on anything. Like right now, me like calling you, like some people are like, I can't believe like you're just sitting there for like hours talking, or like you can be doing something else with your time. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's sometimes is a conversation, right? Like, but I realize that I'm not missing out on anything like when I'm talking to you. Cause
So did you have FOMO before or something? That's what it sounds like.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I remember in middle school there being this. Yeah, just to say yes, yes, I did.
Okay. And I know a lot of people have FOMO. I had never experienced it honestly, but I I don't know with
Like,
everything is everything if I would get to somebody understanding like it's okay to do whatever you want to do because you're not missing out on anything. I
right.
would just tell someone that like with the words I just said, like, hey, you're not ever going to miss out on anything because what you're
Yeah, but then
doing
I
is
would be like, okay, so then I would be like, and you're getting a great point here and actually like making like pulling it out of me. But then I'd be like, how do you know that? Like what how can you back that up for me? Like what proof do you have that I should just go for it? And what you just said in those last few sentences. Like I'd
I
be
would
like,
ask,
how does that give me the how does that take away from the shaky ground in which I'm standing on? How do I know that the words that you are speaking are not shaky and that grass that I'm about to step on is not just a hole that I'm about to fall in? And
are
it's
you
really just
talking about the like you believing you can do anything
yes.
or are we talk
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds
And you just saying I'll just tell them you can do it. But what
yeah, so
deeper
that's
evidence do you have that they can do it? Okay, they come
the
from
deeper
stars. There is nothing to be afraid of.
no.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm asking you. Like, but that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. That's where
I
I'm
wouldn't
going with this. So,
yeah, I
how?
feel like I wouldn't think that like I don't see that way because I'm just thinking like if you know yourself, some people don't know themselves and they may feel that way. But if you do know yourself and you know what you're capable of and you know your skill set and you know your abilities and whatever you're trying to do, then you should believe in yourself because you know yourself. And like that's the guarantee right there. But like if you don't know yourself and you don't believe in yourself and you don't think you're capable, like then yeah, you're not going to go do it. Cuz why would you? You don't even believe you can.
Yeah. So, what you're saying then it didn't even matter. It didn't start with you. Whether you told that person they could do it or not is irrelevant until they believe in themselves already. Is what I heard. Is that?
Pretty much, yeah, but that might help them be validated in the sense of somebody seeing them because that's also another important aspect of life is being seen. So like say you're a singer or something and you think you're okay, you're good, but like nobody's ever telling you like, "Hey, like you have a gift." Like you only keep thinking you're good, but like you don't
Yeah,
have
because you can't
anyone
even
else to
recognize. You can't recognize your
exactly.
gift. So that's what
Exactly.
I'm saying
Until
though,
someone
cause though
else is
too, yeah.
saying it.
So that's also what got me to do this podcast too. Is like I see all these other people already saying what I'm saying, but they're not saying it how I'm saying it. So that was
They're
like,
not saying it how you're saying it. I agree. I agree.
yo, because yo, dude, yo, but what I'm saying is I could get discouraged and I could see Soph already said, you can do it. You can go for it. You got it. Why do I need to say that? Because I'm not you. That's also why I need to say it. Like,
What?
because be,
But I thought we were the same.
we are the same, that we are the same in the fact that I'm going to say the exact same words that you are saying, but I'm going to say it differently.
Different programs.
Yeah. And we need everyone to say it. We need everyone. It doesn't matter whether someone else has says it or not. We need you to say it. You. You that are not the other yous. We need every one of you. Like, I need you. I need you. Soldier boy.
Sick. Don't even.
Yo, because it's different. It's different for everybody that says it. It's different. That's why I'm saying it's not plagiarism either. There's not plagiarism when it's coming from you, cuz it's totally different than when it's coming from me. It just is what it
Yeah.
is.
Because we all have different programming. We're not gonna if we all said it all the same, we'd be robots.
No,
Like
yeah,
we're
but that,
different.
yeah, but even that's what I'm saying though. We do say it though the same in a way like, I love you. You say I love you. Oh, you just copied me. You're plagiarizing me. You can't say. You have to say it a different way, cuz.
I
And
guess
that's what
oh
school is messed up.
that's I love you in sign language. That's why I
Yeah.
said that. But I mean, like I get what you're saying. It's just like the same thing with language. Like Spanish, you could say hola and then hi. Like we're saying the same thing, right?
Yeah,
But they're
right.
different words. So like
Different
obviously we all say
pronunciation.
things differently because we're just different people on different programs. But again, we could still come to the same
What I'm saying though is
thing.
we need everyone's involvement. It's not just it's not there can't be any chinks in the armor. It's Red Rover, Red Rover. If everyone is not holding hands, stuff's breaking through.
Yeah, but yeah, because if anything's gonna work, we'd all have to be on the same team.
100%. We all need to be saying the same thing. We all need to be doing the same thing. Not doing the same thing, but we need to be saying the same thing. Like
But we don't gotta say it the same way.
we need to be one voice, one collective voice. Yo, when they got us
Yeah.
scattering like ants and stuff, we're doomed. We're doomed. It's like the Gladiator movie. It, like we're gonna stick together in this circle, and we're gonna survive, or we're gonna split up and we're gonna die. It's just that effing simple. I
Dang.
Yo, I
Okay,
don't.
cuz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, he got passionate. He said that effing simple. Yeah, but easier said than done.
Yo, I have the blueprint. I have the blueprint.
Brother, easier said than
Brother.
done.
Huh?
Easier said than done. That's just what it is.
Yo, you have to believe before you see. Yeah. You gotta believe before you see it.
Yeah, for sure. I think you really do believe it, and that's awesome and great and beautiful. It's just, it ain't gonna be easy. But
Yeah, it's not.
again,
It's not supposed to be.
that's the part of life. You got it. If you're trying to grow, if you're trying to
Yeah,
evolve,
right. I have to do
you
this.
gotta do the hard stuff.
Yup. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard that in a podcast the other day. They were talking about how if you or I don't even remember it. It was talking about a butterfly and a caterpillar, but I don't know how it was like hard. Like
That's crazy. I was literally just gonna say the butterfly cocoon and evolving. If I'm gonna become something beautiful, yeah, I gotta go through it. Through that
like the
hard
whole
shell.
process. Yeah, it was something like that. I can't remember. They said it.
Yeah.
Good, I can't even.
And it has to do all with the spiritual process too. And yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, that's like the selfish part of me though too, that knows that by helping like people that it'll come around and it'll be good for me, like that type of thing. But it's like that good, like selfish, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how other way you could come about it, but yeah.
No, I think there's a thing for that, like helping people make the. I don't think you should say selfish, really,
It
because
just
I
feels
think
good
it's
to see other people do good. But I know that
yeah,
that's me in a certain way. So that's
because
what's like messing with me.
your intention to do this isn't because oh it makes me feel good. Your intention to
Yeah.
do it is because you want to help other people, and
And then it
the
makes me feel
outcome
more.
of it is like oh it does make me feel good.
Yeah.
You know, those are two different things.
Yeah.
Like you could do the podcast because you're like this just makes me feel good, and like yeah it helps people, but it's the other way. You're like I
Yeah.
really want to help people, and
Oh
wow
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
realize
yeah,
how good it made me feel.
yeah. No, I do agree with that.
So I
And
don't think you're selfish. Like I don't think that's what that is.
yeah, and yeah, I mean it just has to do with my beliefs and what I figured out and yeah, just yeah, that's it. And then yeah, like I do truly believe we are tied together in one destiny, and I don't know if I'm going to come back to this life, and it'd be a real shame if I didn't do what I was supposed to do now to make this life like different or just improve it or whatever. And I come back to like just what I was supposed to do in this life in another life and just keep repeating like that too. It just doesn't sound very fun either.
Yeah.
But yeah. Um yeah, and that's what Martin Luther King says too, is that like our destiny is tied together, is woven together, is essentially what Martin Luther King was saying. And then it makes sense what he was saying too about a lot of people have already it makes sense what he was saying about an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, which is to say like everywhere is everywhere because that stuff can or that one bad apple can ruin the batch or the cart. Like that stuff spreads, and all it has to do is start with one person, one apple, one instance, one event. But in the same way, it can be a positive, and all it has to do is start with one event. What you thinking? You feel good?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I think well everything is everything or, do you say everywhere is everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere is everywhere too.
I feel like I wouldn't even think everywhere is everywhere because I would just think everywhere literally is everywhere. Like you're kind of like defining it, but like everywhere is everywhere. Like yeah, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like you just like again a little brain scatter for me. I'm like he's just saying what it is. Like it's everywhere. It's here. It's there. It's behind me. It's over in Ohio. It's everywhere. So he's like everywhere is everywhere. Like okay, cuz like okay, yeah. Everywhere is everywhere. I got you. Some people might need it phrased. Some people might need it phrased like that. They might. They might.
Yo, God works in mysterious. Oh,
Water's water. Water's water. Water's water. Or water's wet.
Oh, oh my gosh.
I don't know. I don't know.
Water's water. Oh my god, I could keep laughing forever. Oh god. Oh, oh, where are you? Oh my goodness. Oh goodness.
It's everywhere, man. That is so hippie like. Everywhere is everywhere.
Yo, is legit though. It's not just that I'm saying it. I'm saying I can back it up. I have proof.
I don't think anyone's gonna struggle with that one. I think they'll get that one.
That everywhere is everywhere or what? Which one?
I would hope so.
Yeah, everywhere is everywhere.
Someone's
But
like,
then
where is everywhere? Everywhere.
oh, I'm already thinking about rewatching this, and that is so funny watching you go everywhere. Is everywhere. Oh my goodness. That's like the best explanation. Oh my gosh. Oh,
And some people might have
oh,
needed that.
for real. No, oh goodness. Like some chiropractor, like neck twist.
Why are you moving my head? Why you gotta do that? I gotta move it everywhere.
So
So
true.
yeah.
Oh, it's so true because like only you could deliver it that way. Oh my god.
So now the people will know. Do you get how do your videos do? People really watch them? Well, I guess Tyler watched the last one.
Yeah, T Fred watched the last one. And I didn't even post on Facebook or anything like, hey, this video is out there.
Oh
Um,
wow. Does he follow your account or something?
yeah, he
Oh nice.
subscribed. Yeah. So,
He a real one.
yep, for sure.
Oops, I should probably follow it. My bad.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that'll be awesome. You should probably do that.
Yeah. Right? I definitely should. I didn't even think about it. Think about it.
Uh, goodness gracious. Is yeah. Yeah, that last one I haven't posted like I said on Facebook, so it probably only has like a few views or something, but um
All the rest of them you usually post on Facebook.
on yeah, I'll say like I posted another video on YouTube, go check it out or something.
Nice.
Yeah. And but yeah, the first one we got 100 views.
Great. The one where my head's big.
Yeah. And then the second one with the niche, 77 views. So it went down
That's the
23.
only one I've watched, obviously, because why would I watch
Because
the
you're
ones with
in,
myself?
yeah. Well, I don't, yeah, I do enjoy,
I mean, you do because like you're posting the content, but like
yeah.
I guess I just have never. I'm like,
It's
I want to
interesting.
hear what the other people have to say.
Haven't you ever watched yourself back then? You're like, oh my gosh, who is that? Like, what am I doing? That
Yeah,
type of
but
thing, you know?
I don't think like I need that in my life at this point.
No, I
Like,
think, yeah, I enjoy it because I'm like, I could have shut up there. I could have not. said this so loud, or I could have backed up a little bit on my delivery. Like,
Yeah, I get that, but I think if it was my channel, I would do that too, but it's not.
yeah,
I'm just a guest.
yeah. But it's interesting though, like you can revisit your ideals and see if you still feel that way. Like, is that ideal that you have permeating through time and space and all that lovely stuff? Like, are you still that same person? Like, you know what I mean? Have you built
Yeah, it's like a
a
live
solid,
journal.
yeah. Have you, yeah, a what? A what
A
journal?
live journal.
Yeah, no, I do love this. Yeah, this is also another reason. I was thinking about just doing videos just as journals, doing journal videos and like saying how I felt that day, about what happened that day, and yeah, going from there.
Surprised you don't.
Yeah, I
Wait,
haven't yet.
and to post them or just for you, you're
No,
saying?
just for me. Or
Yeah, I'm surprised
or
you don't, dude.
or to post them too, maybe eventually. Maybe post them too. That's a good idea. See why not?
Yeah, I think that's actually really helpful.
Yeah. And but it like goes to show like who you were then is not who you are now, but like who you are now is who you, or whatever. You get like the old you is you now, but the you of now is not the old you, that type of thing. Because it shows like your growth, and that's why like people have a hard time watching themselves back too, is because it's like I'm not even that person anymore, which is true and like not true at the same time.
Yeah. I guess it depends too the amount of time part.
That passes and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying about like building a foundation of ideals that are timeless, so that when you go back and look at them, you're not gonna have like this like moment of cringiness or just like shame or like
Yeah, but you shouldn't have
whatever.
feelings like that. Okay, I heard you're not supposed to say like shouldn't, but like
Yeah, should have, could have, would
you
have, but then.
like shouldn't
But it's good
have
recommendation
shame,
word.
I guess. Like you are who you are at that period of your time
Yeah,
of your
true.
life. Like as long
Yeah,
as you're being real and honest and sharing
right.
things, like why
I
should
agree
you
with
be
that
embarrassed
too.
or shameful, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that too. So I guess to like self-analyze myself is like I'm striving for
Yeah, you
perfection.
be hard on yourself then. Well, you should be in a way, but like
Yeah.
the shameful part, like
Not looking
it's
back and you're like, damn it, I said that. That type of thing.
yeah, it's like really judgmental on yourself.
Is then I guess a hard hitting question is deleting like old videos then of yourself like uh shame in a way? Is that, or should you leave them up there, or should, what
It
do you think
depends
about
on why
that?
you're deleting it. Like again, what's the intent? Like someone may delete it because they are shameful. Someone might delete it because of some other reason. Like there's no real like there's no definite answer for why a video would be deleted. Like okay, I didn't like the big head video.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of it. I just thought it looked weird and it's not my channel, so it's like off-putting.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not like ashamed of it.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay. This one from the AI when it says is everything everything, because you were saying is water's water, everything. So another deceptively simple but deeply philosophical question. Look at this AI giving me compliments and stuff. So sick. Is everything everything? So let's break it down. On the surface, tantology. Yes, by definition, everything is everything. And you even said that. You're like defining it,
Hmm.
which is hilarious because,
Am I AI? No, I'm just kidding.
yo, that might be where we're headed. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, that's why I was frozen that one time.
So, yeah, definition in water is wet. Water's water. Is tautology, a statement that is true by logical necessity. So if everything includes all that exists, has existed, and can exist, then everything does equal everything. Logically true, but not necessarily meaningful on its own.
Boom.
Okay, good. That's the point. But dig deeper. What is everything? Does everything include the physical universe, ideals, dreams, abstractions, possible worlds, imaginary numbers, nothingness? Ooh, if everything includes all actual and possible things, then again, yes, everything is everything. But could everything be more than itself? Strange as it sounds, some philosophical traditions or metaphysical theories suggest that there may be things beyond comprehension, which goes to like my point that we didn't come up with words either, because I think at some point we get, because we always say beyond this word, like beyond imaginary or beyond hot or beyond, you know what I mean, like cold. It was beyond cold. Like we don't have another word to describe what we were feeling, so we have to combine words to essentially create that feeling. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
But they're using that word beyond.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. You're saying because we could have come up with the word beyond, so us using the word beyond again then would refute my argument that we didn't come up with words.
Yeah, because that's the word that
Yeah, we
that
already
to
came up with.
use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually, I like that a lot. That's good. Yeah, so then I don't have that as another layer to say we didn't come up with words. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so, but could everything be more than itself? Stranger to some philosophicals. There may be things beyond comprehension. Okay, beyond comprehension. So that aren't included in what we can refer to as everything, or that everything could expand, as in cosmology or multiverse theories. That leads to the questions like, is potential everything equal to actual everything? So different everythings is essentially what it's saying. Could everything be unreachable or incomplete from a limited perspective? Could everything be unreachable or incomplete from a limited perspective? In some worldviews, in mysticism or spiritual thought, everything is everything can mean all is one, all is connected, unity of being, and that's what I'm getting at right there. In
Yeah.
postmodernism or linguistic philosophy, language constructs our concept of everything, so its meaning depends on context. And then yeah, it just basically breaks it down. Logically, is everything everything? Yes. Philosophically, it'll depend on definition of everything. Scientifically, probably not final. Our understanding of everything may change. And then mystical, yes, deeply so. All is one. The phrase can be profound. So yeah. Yeah, just saying,
Okay.
yeah, that it all, we're, yeah, just breaking down the phrase more, everything is everything, just showing that it all matters, that how you do anything is how you do everything, that it's all connected, even though it might seem irrelevant. That's why injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, that type of thing. Does that make sense? What do you
I
think about
mean
them?
the whole that whole other part, yeah, but not what you just said.
Mhm.
Like even if everything is everything, I still am just at the point of like, but where do we go from here?
Oh yeah, I mean, but I mean, this just goes back, circles back to the FOMO thing. This that's not real. Like the only, yeah, and then that touches on the fear part again, and it just kind of all like stacks on each other and layers back and goes back to each other and reverts back to each other and stuff and circles back to each other and but like just like the spoon, if I ask you to grab me everything, it's just to like have, I guess, respect for the world around you and just like give you that awe-inspiring moment
Because
again
if
that
so, if you're saying kind of like, oh gosh, what am I just doing right now?
yeah,
So
you're doing everything.
you could be saying like, okay, if everything's everything, like you, well, are we everything? Because I know we're
Yes.
humans. So
Yeah.
like, okay, so like you're saying like you should respect me because I'm also like your sister.
Yeah,
Like
pretty much.
I'm also like your teacher, your neighbor, your cousin, because like everything is everything. Like, is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
that's a good point. Yeah. I mean, I agree with what you're saying there. Um, yeah, I agree with what you're saying there. Yeah. That's a good point. Teacher, sister. I mean, yeah.
Um,
I was I don't know. I don't know how I don't know if that's foolproof just because I wouldn't be like you're my brother, but I'm just saying that what is the point of saying everything is everything?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I asked. Like,
Yes. I
so
would
that's what
just
you're kind of getting down to is just like, like you should care for me because I'm your cousin, but you should care for me because I'm your sister, but you should care for me because I'm your neighbor. Like, because everything is everything.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
But
I
like
think
even more
my,
than that though, like it's like you're helping yourself. Like if everything is everything and you're a part of everything, then you helping everything helps you. You know what I'm saying?
now I see where I see.
Yeah, like and it's not wrong to do right and just like knowing what is right and what is wrong and then doing right because it's the right thing to do is not the wrong thing to do either. Like,
Yeah, okay, so with that, with you saying like, if you help someone, like, well, how did you say it? You're helping yourself? What was
yeah,
it?
like it, yeah, if you help me
You're
and
really
because
helping yourself.
yeah, yes, yeah,
Yeah, so
all tides raise all ships. Yes.
yeah, so like in that sense, I think it's like that one, that one skips. Okay, so like that version is like the hard version. But like the easy version is I'll just help myself. Because like I know how you said like if I help you, really I'm helping myself. I get that, right? But
Yeah.
like there's people because like in a sense like that could seem selfish, like how you said like me making these YouTube videos, it's selfish because it makes me like feel good. But I said no, cuz like your intention is to help people and the reward is it
Yeah.
actually makes you feel good. But
Okay.
like there's some people who are taking this other route of life
Yeah.
who are like if I have to help you, it could be more burdensome. In the long run, it might help me, but let me take a shortcut and just help myself because I still get the same pleasure of helping myself. Like my life's easier helping myself make me get whatever I need. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, and I guess I would just say probably whether like someone knows it or not, that like the lives around them are affecting them. That's what I would say. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and yeah, it does. And then there's a lot of people who don't realize how bad something is until it affects them.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. Like COVID. I thought that I could just be like a loner. I just had the wrong mindset. Yep.
Well, even think about like, okay, so there's some people who voted for Trump and then they're like, well, I didn't vote for this. And it's like they have people in their family who may have been taken out of the country.
Hmm.
But it's like you did vote for that and now it affects you. So now you care. But you voted for it when you didn't think it would ever affect you. So, like, sometimes people don't care about things until they themselves get affected by it. So sometimes it's hard for people to want to just help, like, because again, I think like your heart is so beautiful and your mind is so beautiful, but
Yes.
like some people don't have your programming to be like, I just want to lend a hand where I can lend a hand. It's like, no, sometimes people have to be affected to like want to speak up and make a change and like do something. And
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm saying though then that I'll be that effect some way, somehow. Whether it's this life or the next life or I get my stuff together, just gonna go down this path. So that's what I'm trying to say is like it's gonna come down the pike to you. So you're listening to this, you're like, it's not affecting me right now. I'm gonna keep, staving it off or stay whatever, just like keep kicking the can down the road. It's it's inevitable when it's gonna be inevitable though. Like that's what you don't
mm,
want. So by you saying something and doing something, that will actually stop it from ever affecting you. So like while that person is in this high position where it hasn't affected them yet, then do something so that it doesn't ever affect you then. Instead of sitting back like, oh, like I can ride this out and yeah, this
yeah,
isn't
but
affecting me.
that's your beautiful mind, cuz like
Yeah, but
you're still thinking of other people. Like there are people who don't think about
I'm
other
just saying though that we're in
people.
this together. I'm not
I
saying like I even want it to be this
know.
way. I'm not like, yeah, we're together. This is what I want. No, I'm just saying like this is what it is, and that's it. Like there's nothing else to do. I didn't put myself here. You didn't put yourself here. We're here doing
That's
life
because
is happening.
everything is oh wait, that's because everywhere is everywhere. Or is this
Everywhere is
everything?
everywhere.
Wait, no, we
Everything
just
is
showed up
everywhere.
here.
Everyone is everyone.
Everyone, that's the everyone is everyone.
Yeah, everyone is everyone.
Yeah, we just showed up here. We didn't have no choice. We didn't consent to this.
The injustice that touches me is can reach its hand to you, can extend to you. It's you're not unreachable. This is
Yeah,
the point.
like the pain, like when you said, like when you hurt, I hurt, like, yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
beautiful. Like when you see people suffering and hurting, like it, you're moved by it so much that you want to help and change it. But there's just people on different programs that aren't operating like that. And I don't know how you get them to change other than something affecting them badly.
Because you're
Yeah.
allowed to change your programming. You're
You are
allowed to
allowed.
change it. You're allowed to. It's all right.
It is. It is all right. But
It's all
again,
right.
in order to make a change, there has to be, you have to have the self awareness to see the problem. And you don't see the problem until it happens to you. And those are the people who are like now wanting to
I
do
don't know
things
about
or
that.
say things.
I would
Well, no,
say
not for you, like, because your
no.
program's different. Your program's not that one.
I
There's
would just
those
say
people
though
on
that
that one.
you can learn from other people's mistakes though too. So like you can see what's coming down. Like you know what I mean? Like you can listen to other people though too. You don't have to make the same mistake they did. Like if they tell you that the stove is hot and you like, you know what I mean? You pay attention to them and observe them and you figure out that they're not lying and yada yada yada, you don't have to touch the stove.
100%. But there's people who are literally hard headed who
Yeah, but I
won't
don't think it's
take
I
that.
don't think it's just like people, because I think it's a spirit and an energy that gets into people that just like Space Jam when they took the NBA's.
I love the movie references.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, I agree though. I think that is a spirit of hate, spirit
Yeah,
of
yeah,
dark, spirit of
right.
like,
That
yeah, not love.
yeah, not good. Yep, yep. Hate. Yep, the isms, racism. Yeah, I mean, just that. Those are just that's just hate. That's just hate split up.
Yeah, it is a spirit of hate, and I think a lot of people
Yep.
have it. And then again, how do you get rid of it? It's just sometimes not always, obviously. Some people gotta experience something. Like, say you're racist and you have a daughter, you love your daughter so much, and you're a white family and she's with a black man and they have a kid. That's probably going to
Yeah,
be
but
really
like
hard if
I
you're
think you can
racist,
learn though
but
yourself out of racism or forget to hate people. Like that Dave Chappelle episode where he shows that black KKK member that's blind and hates black people but is black himself.
mhm.
That just shows the stupidity of hate. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't
I
have
get
any
that.
sense. It doesn't have any
Yeah, I
sense.
know it doesn't, but
It
that
doesn't.
that doesn't mean that these people are understanding that programming that you're saying right now. Because there's the people who, yeah, again, it has to happen to them. So like now that woman, the mom with the kid who has a grandkid
So
who's
I think one
mixed,
of the things, yeah,
that might make them start to see like, I want to love my grandkid even though
yeah,
he's
no
half
matter what.
black. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so like sometimes it takes those type of things to help the person evolve. It sucks. It shouldn't have to be like that. It should be a simple conversation of like, this person showed up in the world. They had no choice to be black, but they just got thrown out here, and that's how it is. You should just love and accept them. But people don't take it that way. Treat them different, look at them different, think different things. And sometimes it takes having that mixed child in a racist family to maybe open their eyes to like they're a human as well. And I should love them. But obviously not always. That that just happens to be like a thing. Like until it happens to you, that's
Oh,
when you can start like seeing the people's mind like, whoa.
right. And yeah, there's a lot of things. I mean, that's where empathy comes into play, like being able to put yourself into somebody else's like position to feel what that person is feeling so that you get ahead of the situation and like remedy it then and there and all that great stuff. Um something yeah.
Okay, so about that. When you put someone else's shoes on, I think sometimes have people have a hard time like that saying, like put someone else's shoes on. I think people just put themselves in that person's position rather than actually becoming that person in that position. Because if I put your shoes on, I'm just being myself in your position. So I'm still probably going to do exactly what I would have done in the situation. But if I take my shoes off and really put just your shoes on and I become Victor, I will probably do exactly what you would do in that situation. And I think that's the part that people don't do. They just keep putting themselves in that situation and they're like, well, I wouldn't have done that if I was in that situation. It's like, well, duh, you wouldn't have because you're still being yourself.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There's like a thought experiment about that, and would we really all just be the same person if we were like put into each other's position? Like given the same parents and the same upbringing, will we essentially just make the same decisions that this person made or
Mm.
not? And it just goes back to the oneness again and how we're all tied together and how we should think about other people and that type of thing. But what I wanted to get out was thinking about like some of the people at Beaver Creek High School and how like it doesn't really seem like they're speaking up and saying anything as far as like on Facebook and just like I don't know, I feel like we all did a bunch of dumb stuff. Um oh just I just can it's just still just is like festering or like I just still think about like how somebody dies to overdose. So then I just don't get why some of these people from Beaver Creek like yeah aren't saying anything. Like all these smart people like just thinking about back to the mindset that I had back then and like who these people were back then and geez I just feel like they could have helped and they just
Mm.
still can help and stuff and yeah is yeah I'm not judging them I'm not judging
No, I
I'm
don't
just
think
saying
you
like I'm
are.
trying
You're
to
just like
activate people I'm trying to
questioning,
activate like
like, yeah, why aren't you? But
because
like,
these
okay,
people
so what
had
is
their stuff
your level
together.
of speaking out then? Because,
What do
like,
you
what
mean?
if they do? Like, what if they're family communities or friend communities that, like, just because it's not on social media, like, I don't, like,
They might do it in
it,
person and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, they could for sure.
it's just we
Okay,
don't
so yeah, I
know.
guess I mean yeah, I guess my thing is yeah, I just like what's my call to action and stuff is to just start speaking more or to speak openly on Facebook versus what I feel is a lot of filtering going on basically and just yeah, I just yeah, people dying from our class and stuff. I figured like yeah, somebody would do it, but yeah, it's me. I'm doing it now, and yeah, I don't know. I want to ask like anybody from Beaver Creek to come on the podcast or anybody in general, but yeah, I
Wait,
don't
but
know.
Tyler's from Beaver Creek, right?
Yeah, Tyler's gonna come on. Yeah, yeah.
What what ideas are you looking for someone to speak out about? Like how so? What do you like? What were you expecting other people to say about it?
It's difficult to articulate. Just goodness gracious, I don't know. Just
Like, should they have been like grieving it more? Like acknowledging the impact of like somebody's life is gone
yeah,
by accident and it
Ye-
shouldn't?
yeah. I would say, and but that goes for me too. Like I should have been able to grieve, and I haven't been able to process that really. I guess even now, like I'm processing it. So it's just like, yeah,
But
yeah,
again, too, like with the different programming we're all on, like somebody's gonna process it at a different time. So like as much as you said like you still haven't processed it and you're still processing it, think about them too. Like maybe they have so much going on they haven't even processed it. Maybe it'll take them 2 more years to finally be like, holy crap, that was not good. Like,
yeah.
you know?
That's a good point. That's another reason for doing this too. Then is to like speed up that process. And yeah, no, that sounds good. Like to make it aware in the forefront of people's minds, like what's going on and I don't know. I just feel like we could be a much better community. Just specifically speaking, like right now to Beaver Creek and like just where my journey is. And but I mean, this should, go across county lines and whatever. But yeah, the grieving process and just speaking up about it, and just like how horrible drugs really are, and just like, yeah, just sharing stories, I guess. And yeah.
And it sounds like
Yeah.
you just kind of want people to be more vulnerable about real life things.
Yeah, because like I couldn't see through it until, I mean, it's just my story, so I have to keep harping back on it. But like that 2020 time period, like I finally just like ground down, figured out who I was, what I am, like what I want to do, like who are we as people, where do we want to go as a society and a race and a species. And then I was able to like see like how unhappy we were. And maybe that's me projecting right now, but my mindset switched to like focusing on other people. And that's when I like started to notice, I feel like most of the world feels unhappy, or I can't, or maybe again it's me projecting, but I just want to make sure that's not what it is. So I'm like doing this also to like prevent that, or like change the direction of where we're going, if that is where we're going. And to some degree it doesn't feel like, fictitiousness, like that the world is sad, to some degree, just with like we go through a lot of struggling, like we have a pretty big battle in front of us. And yeah, so we're gonna be prepared, we're gonna make it and stuff, and just like keeping that attitude, because it can definitely get dark. And you might not be able to see the light or whatever, but it'll always return, and just like reminding yourself of that too. Um, but yeah, it doesn't seem fictitious in the fact that there have been people that are not here, that were here and not of natural causes, and they should still be here. And yeah, so
So, do you think that death is a part of life? Ooh, I'm starting to act like you with these questions. Okay, do you think death is a part of life?
yeah, I do think it
This
is a
is
part of life.
fun. Okay, so if death is a part of life, does it matter the way that we die?
Doesn't matter the way that matters probably to the people that are here, for how we taught, for how we went out. But overall, like obviously the results still going to be the same, as far as like existence in this world. And but like who knows what the extent is after that. Like, is nothingness your fate, is heaven your fate, like what? Yeah, so what is the journey after death then? That's going to be the question, I guess.
Well, I was gonna say then, like, why isn't that just part of that person's journey of life?
I
Like,
don't know,
why
maybe
is
it is.
suicide or accidental suicide or I, I don't know, yeah, where your life shouldn't have been taken or whatever? Like, why isn't that just part of someone's journey?
I'm just thinking that there's a right and a wrong way to do things. So I guess that's where this is stemming from. And um, yeah, that just seems like the wrong way to do things.
But would that be factual or opinionated?
On whether how you die is good or bad, or correct
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, like right or wrong on death. Like if you take your life versus you just die or whatever, like is that
Yeah,
opinionated.
a lot of this I'm filling in the gaps with obviously probably personal belief and stuff. And a lot of this is stemming from feelings because that's all we had in the beginning and that's what's got us to right here. And there's no rationalizing your how you feel. Like you feel how you feel and there's no way around it. And so just given that long-winded response, I'm just saying like suicide is probably the wrong way to go about things. Like because our number one instinct is to survive, and for you to go against your instincts is also wrong, and it can be seen as like the result of you going against your instincts, your
Yeah, but
death.
do you think sometimes like surviving isn't in the grand scheme of survival, it's surviving a situation?
Surviving the situation. What is this?
So like yeah, like we're meant to survive, you said, right? But
Yeah.
when we're in a situation, we're trying to survive the situation. And so surviving the situation may be I'm hurting, let me remove that pain. So in a sense, you're surviving your situation. But in the overall scheme, you die, but you solved the problem of the pain and survived it.
I mean, I'm not buying it.
But like, I mean, if anyone, okay, well, you could just do the fawn, the the trauma responses like fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Like sometimes someone like if somebody jumped them and was like grabbing their purse, like in their head they're like, wow, I should be fighting this person, but instead they just stand there in that present moment, that situation, they're just trying to survive. Maybe it doesn't look like it on the outside because someone's like, why aren't you fighting? But your survival instinct turned on and it was to freeze and just stand there.
Hmm.
So in that situation, survived it, but it might not really look like it to other people. Because like someone still stole your purse and you didn't even do anything about it.
Because
Like you
what
didn't
did
even
they do
try.
and what was the person's survival response or instinct?
To freeze. So they
So
just
they
kind of
just stepped in.
stood there and let the person run off with their bag. But they survived the situation. It's just like
Yeah. Are their instincts like
that was their
janky?
instinct though. Because that's what trauma responses are. It's just like instinctual. It just is like at a drop of a dime, what do? Do you run? Do you fight? Do you freeze? Do you fawn? Like it's not like on the outside for us, yes, we can say, I would have done this,
Yeah.
but it's like, well, when it's happening to you, like that guy who grabbed my neck.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was just gonna stand there and have him grab my neck.
Right.
So the people taking lives, it's like in their head, because they're trying to survive at that point, right? Like they're dealing with dark spiritual stuff of pain, depression, something like they're hurting. So for them in their head, in order to survive, they escape. I'm not saying that it's right. I I would say like probably taking your life isn't okay, but I understand why someone may do it.
Yeah, so do I. I get it. However, that doesn't mean that's what should happen.
Well, there's a lot of things that shouldn't happen either, but they're still going to happen.
Yeah, so I guess my point is though to still say like, hey, cigarettes are not good for you, even though you're still gonna smoke. Like I'm still
Yeah,
gonna say that. Like, yeah, I'm
yeah.
not gonna just. Yeah. So you should at least know what like the right and healthy thing to do is, and what's going to be good for you, what's going to make you evolve versus decay and all that stuff. Like you should at
Yeah.
least know the difference. That's
But
what
I
you
think
should know.
too with the death thing, I think for us, maybe us, I'll just say for me, the reason I think taking your life wouldn't necessarily be the best is because of my faith. But
Hmm.
people who may be atheists may not think that way. They may not see anything wrong with taking your life. So that's where it's like opinionated in the sense to say, like, yeah, that's not right. And I'm going to tell people don't take your life. It's like you're coming off your faith opinion base.
Yeah, I mean, we're just all probably spitballing, like our knowledge,
But
all of it's
smoking
probably
cigarettes,
true.
you know, causes cancer. So you can like really be like, don't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, I mean,
Obviously,
you
we
can
don't
tell
want
me
people
what to
taking
do.
their lives either. But
Right,
like
but
the
some
reasoning,
people are getting it twisted where they think there's a gray area though. It's like some people think there's not a right and a wrong in some scenarios, and they're like, I'm in so much pain that it's okay to take my life now because of this level of pain, this pain that I'm going through. And it's
yeah,
still not okay.
I'm not trying to advocate for people taking their lives, I swear. I'm just saying that I think you're like, there's obviously people who wouldn't say necessarily like that's wrong. I think some people really do believe if it takes them out of their misery, then like,
Yeah, but they don't know that that is what's going to take them out of my misery, out of their misery.
but would you say that would be fear stopping somebody then by not knowing? Because like we shouldn't let something control
Stop.
us like fear.
You're saying
But like,
because they
okay, so
don't
like if
know
somebody
whether
doesn't know the outcome of taking their life, right? It could be going to hell, which could be 10,000 times worse, or it could be literally escaping into absolutely
unimaginable,
nothing.
yeah,
What?
unimaginably worse.
Yeah, but we don't know, right? We don't know 100%. So like there's people who are taking that chance, and then there's, well, again, we don't know what they have on the other side. So like you're kind of already assuming like it is worse. So don't take your life. But like we don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm
So that's
guessing
why I'm
that
saying
it's
it's
worse.
coming from
Yes,
like a
I'm
faith
not guessing.
base because I think faith base are going to say it's probably worse, but somebody who's agnostic might say like no, we just go to nothing. Like it's probably better. You know what I'm saying? So then that's where I'm just like it seems like sometimes our morals and our values really do come from like your faith base because that I feel like that's where your view on staying alive and not taking your life is coming from. Like the faith and the belief of hell.
Mm, something about my belief for not taking my life is coming, or my belief is what's saying whether like suicide's right or wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I just things go in a bucket for me, like right, wrong, that's it. And then
Yeah,
like
but
what
that
goes
I feel
into
like it's
that is
coming from the
different.
faith. So like I'm just trying to get to a point of like if it comes from faith, it's hard to push that onto somebody else to believe because it's coming from a faith base. And if somebody doesn't
What do you
believe
mean? What do you
your
mean a faith based though? Like all this then is faith based. Like it's just your faith is telling you that you
not
killing
you're like just
yourself.
I'm speaking like cuz I don't know what you are like sometimes I think you're Christian, sometimes you're not. Sometimes like I don't know if you believe in God. I don't know like so I'm just saying faith cuz I don't know what you are
Yeah, so
or
I'm saying like that there is a God. That's what I was just about to say though, is that Yeah, just there being a God is all I was gonna say about like the buckets, right and wrong. Like there is a North Star. Um, oh, your faith. Okay, your faith about saying whose ever faith is like, "Yeah, I kill myself, then it'll be better or whatever. Like I won't be in pain anymore. That's just your faith though saying that. Like that's not any different than what my faith is saying then, which is
Yeah,
that
then
like
I
I'm
guess we're
choosing
not
it.
talking about faith the same because when I'm speaking faith, I'm saying like whether you believe in God or not.
You're saying
Like,
the people that don't believe in God think that they can just kill themselves and everything will be fine and dandy.
no, I don't think everyone who doesn't believe in God thinks that, but I will say probably a lot of people who do not believe in God probably do not also believe in like going to hell. So like for them to take a
Yeah,
life,
so you're saying from in order for me to save lives is to get these people to buy into the idea of God, right? A higher power.
that's what it sounds like, yes.
Okay. So then here's your higher power people that like don't believe in a higher power. We didn't come up with the alphabet because we're not supposed to be able to describe the letters with the words that are made from the letters from which they're created from. Like
No,
we can't do
you
that.
lost me. You lost me.
So
Gone.
I shouldn't be able to see the letter A and be like it's a circle with a tail. Like I shouldn't be able to do that
Why?
because it's a circular reference and we would be explaining this till the day that we die. Because I could.
Gosh, Vic, no. Wait,
That's gonna be my
what?
next. That's gonna be my next task is to ask the AI about like circular references and proving that we didn't come up with language because this thing thinks we did, and I'm pretty sure we didn't.
Like, what does it, where does it, like, what are you getting from finding out that we didn't come up with language? Like, what does that prove?
That proves that there's a higher power than us.
Okay, so like me personally, I would have never have to have that thought to think there's a higher power.
No, I know you, but you just said some people. I don't
Yeah,
want people killing
there's
themselves.
the minuscule that are on your wave. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, but you're
But
saying
like
though, like,
that's
in order
throw
for me
in.
to
That's
save
throw
people,
in. Yeah, you
you,
want
you,
I think yeah, if you want people
okay,
to help people, have love
another way.
for people, that
Words describing words. Another circular reference.
everywhere's everywhere.
But like, yeah, me explaining truth is the absence of lie, or and then lie is the absence of truth. So that's a circular reference. Like I needed both of those in order to explain the other one. And without the other one, I couldn't explain the other one. Like you know, you get what I'm saying?
The
Without one, I
absence.
couldn't explain the other.
Can you say them again?
Yeah, just like okay, light. Let's go with light then. Light is
No.
the absence of dark.
Okay. Light is the absence of dark.
Yes.
Why can't you just say that?
Right. But then the question would be what is dark? And then you would say dark is the absence of light. So they would feed into each other like a circle, like a figure eight. That's what a circular reference is. You can't tell where it begins and where it ends.
Sounds like you're just speaking about opposites.
I mean, yeah, opposites. Yeah, sure. Contradiction, paradoxes.
Yeah, I think it sounds like opposites, and then it sounds like somebody not knowing words, I guess. Because, like, if I were to ask, what's the absence of light?
What's the
And
absence of
someone,
light? I would say dark.
yeah, and then I'm like, well, what's dark? Like, how
Absence
do
of
I,
light.
yeah, so, like, I feel like in order for me to kind of know what light is, I probably would already know what dark is. So like why am I gonna even ask to get you to the point of the circular reference? I would have just said, like, what's the absence of light? And you would answer. Like I don't think I would ask the next question. Well, I myself wouldn't.
Not sure that I caught all of that, but I'm just saying that you need both of them in order for you to understand either one of them.
I get that.
And then that just alone shows a higher power essentially.
That I don't get the relation at that point. But I think you're on to something in my head. Like I think I kind of might be that, but I don't.
Right, because you're saying there's some people that don't buy into the idea of God, that there, and then God, let's define that as a higher power other than ourselves. And so some of the things that we're using, just like this language, is proof of a higher power other than ourselves, because we wouldn't even be able to come up with this language because it's like a dog chasing its tail. It never goes anywhere. We don't have the capacity to cement this language, especially abstractions, especially abstracts. Like one, two, like there's no ones, twos in the world. There's no way for me to reference that for you in order for you to get that.
So you having knowing that we didn't create language is why you know there's a higher power.
Yeah, just, just, I mean, I could just look, I mean, I can just breathe and I'm like, what the heck am I doing here? But yes, like for those that are like engrossed in the detail and can't like zoom out, the thing that you use every day is evidence of the higher power and like not just relying on yourself for everything and this doesn't all fall on you, that type of thing.
Well, do you believe in nonverbal language?
Yes, I do.
So like why not just us existing should say there's a higher power? Because
Yeah,
there's some
for
people
sure.
who
I
can't
agree.
speak. So like our own existence, I would say would be
Proof enough.
reason
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. 100% should be. 100% should be. But I don't, I agree. I agree with that. That's enough for me. However, some people just seem to like not get, like, some people still think that nothing created something, that type of thing, which is just wild. Yeah. Because that, like, chink where people don't think like there's a God and stuff would cause like the gray area, which really causes like the hate and stuff to pretend like there isn't hate, that type of thing. So I think that's one of the ways to get to world peace too, is um just basically agreeing on the idea that there's a God, because it doesn't matter like Allah, uh, jeez, uh, whatever other Muhammad, Jesus, like we're all saying the same thing in different ways. It's the yeah,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
yeah.
But
And of me, of all people, to say it, we should not be getting hung on, up on semantics. But I don't think that's
yeah,
semantics. That has to do with pronunciation or something. We shouldn't be getting
uh,
hung up on
you of all
pronunciables.
people,
Pronunciables.
all people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess my thought again too is then like so if we never were speaking actual languages like
Would there be world peace?
Would well, no, probably not because we still have actions. Like because again, nonverbal. I could punch you, and it probably means something of
Yeah.
me not liking you. Maybe you hurt me. Like it has meaning,
Mhm.
right? So it's like even if we didn't have language, like there's again, we were here, so higher power, and then also my thought in language would be like, so if people were created by a higher power and put on earth, they probably started making sounds, and those sounds evolved into words, and then those words were evolved into sentences.
Yeah, sure. And I guess what I'm getting at, because you're trying to like, you're saying, debunk the like, did we come up with language or not kind of thing, right? And I would just say like a thought experiment about trying to describe nothing to somebody or to describe everything to somebody. Like, I would pick up this computer and I'd be like, cuz look,
So the
everything.
naming of objects is like where you're like, how did we get to that point?
Even no, yeah, but even before that point, the whole process is just like I don't even know if we could even start the process.
But think about it, like, okay, we're little two cave people, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and then maybe I point at something, and then
What
you
was that?
realize that I'm pointing, and I'm pointing at a tree. So you start to put the two together, and you were going for a walk, and you're like, hi, 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 hi. And I'm like, maybe he realizes the sound, and I pointed was tree. So then over time, that turns into the word tree.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like we definitely did create language because we're capable of making sounds and verbal body language, like pointing and making faces. And it could be like moving arms to understand like you're mad in a conversation. Like I think there's so many different cues that again the higher power has given us to create
The language.
ways of speaking. Obviously, a slow evolution, but because like think about it, our letters used to not be actual letters, right? They used to be like hieroglyphics or whatever.
Hmm.
So it was just like a very slow evolution.
Hmm. Well, that doesn't explain abstractions. Like you could make a sound and then point to something physical, and I could make that connection. But how do we start layering it where it's like, okay, I see a tree and you call it a tree first, but then you see the leaves and you call the leaves leaves. I have to say that. But what I'm getting to is to the green on the leaves. So, and then
How do you
you,
get to that point you're saying?
yeah, and then you are also going to point to the grass at some point and probably say, grass first and then green or something. So the ambiguity in itself just like screams and hollers that there's just like a higher power working for me. And then because the other thing is like trying to describe everything, if we already landed on a set name for one, exactly, for one object, then how do I double down and change every single item again from one name that I had it at to now everything, and I now have to go and point to every single object that I just made a name for and call it everything again so that you understand everything is everything.
Yep.
And then the flip side of that, the other coin, nothing. How the F am I going to get you to see nothing? How?
just feel like we are very gifted humans, and
Thanks.
I feel like you're not giving us enough credit or
Maybe. I'm
cavemen
not ruling
people.
that out. I'm just using this as like a just starting off point, jumping off point to show people like and explain and just like humble ourselves. Like when some people call like some people say, why am I here? Some people label that a trite question, as in like it's a meaningless question, but it's not a meaningless question. It's a humbling question and it's an ego killing question.
Why am I here?
Yeah, like well, why some like why am I here? How did we get here? What's my purpose? Why are we here? Like some people think those are just like foolish questions to ask. That's why they call them like trite questions, like they're not going anywhere. But they do end up somewhere. They end up leading you down to realizing that you don't know, that you don't know, and that uh you can kill your ego that way because you don't have to have pride and you can have humility and you realize that you don't know everything, so you don't have anything for which to hold that pride up on. So yeah. Does all that seem fair to say, or what do you think about that?
I don't know. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thought I heard something in the background.
just this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just yeah, doubling down, tripling down, like the circle, like the 15th letter of the alphabet is a mat, is a letter, is a number, is a shape, and then it also has like the sound and the pronunciation of the word O, O-W-E. And so yeah, I mean just like right there alone, we talk about like which came first, the chicken or the egg, but it's like which came first, the the letter, the number, or the shape of the O or something like that. Like, I mean, we argue about it seems like mundane things. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it just feels like some of the things like I hear us like bickering about or whatever is just like nonsense or like the fact that because this to agree on this stuff would have been just such I feel like a more daunting task, no? And somehow we were able to do it and get past like using, you know, only 26 letters and not going crazy and going like how did we know only 26
Yeah,
letters?
but think about it. In other languages, they don't have just 26 letters.
Right, right. Yeah.
So
So how many letters do you need to explain everything?
as many letters as it takes in the language,
But
because
how did we know we were only going to need 26 to and are we going to run into something later on where we're going to add a letter to the alphabet?
probably not.
What do you mean probably not?
Because we can use the letters that we have to create new words. Think about
True.
it. Knife doesn't even need a K.
Right. Or empty,
So,
empty.
so sure. Like there's a lot of words that in the English spelling, some of them don't even make sense. So I don't think we would need new letters. I think we would just do what we've been doing, which is nonsense. Because I will not understand the K ever. Does anybody?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is going on? Like,
So
cause
that sounds like something we did. God didn't do that. That was us. God gave us the free will to create the language, and God was like, if this is how English is, this is how English is. I just knew you guys would eventually do it. I didn't know y'all would do it like that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Because I just, yeah. Um, the Excel, the Excel, not you're not allowed to do a circular reference on Excel. So if we were able to create one circular reference, we should be able to replicate it again and do it again. However, we can't. So that is also where the higher power for me like comes in as like a foolproof argument. Like what? Yeah,
But Excel's not meant for that.
right. It's meant for numbers, but then that's where my letters trump numbers or letters are greater than numbers in that we use letters as proofs for numbers and for equations. And we yeah, that's I mean I can go on with like why letters are first before numbers, but yeah. So I'm saying if we're able to make a circular reference with a higher power, not a higher power, but a higher level tool, then we should be able to do it with a lower level tool like math. But we're not able to. And we say that there's an error, but in speaking and stuff, there's no error. Like we're able to understand each other. There's like cutoffs. There's cutoffs. It doesn't go on forever like a circle. Like I'm not sitting here asking you to explain every word that you're saying. You know what I mean? Like you get what I'm saying?
But that's because you know English.
Yeah, but I also but like I also know math though. Like I get math. I get like some math, but there's still like not allowed to do circular references. Like at some point you just have to, yeah. For some reason I want to say at some point you have to strap up your bootstraps or whatever. Like you just have, it is what it is. Like you just have to accept it, type of
That's
thing.
how I feel about this language thing. Like,
Hmm.
why not just accept that we actually could have been smart enough to create it? Because you already know there's a higher power because
Yeah,
we are
but to
human
show
and we
other people,
exist.
right. But this would be my argument or my proof of evidence or shred of evidence to people that don't believe in God or don't have a,
That God is real because,
yeah, the, yeah,
yeah,
just
I think
given.
you need a better one. I think you need a better one.
I mean, yeah, I can say like what we were talking about, which is like just look around you, like how are we breathing right now? How am I even, it's all a miracle and stuff. I agree with that, but like some people are more like more have more of the blinders on or something, or like more layers like covering their eyes or wool covering their eyes or something. Like there are some people that don't think God is, yeah, real, so
Yeah.
that's just crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, like I have a friend who definitely is like very curious and he just kind of won't.
Struggles with it.
Yeah, and I I don't think telling him like, hey, the language thing, like for him, he said Jesus would have to come down to earth and literally talk to him for him to believe like there's even God or like God come down. And so again, that's the whole like you don't really maybe understand it until it happens to you kind of thing. Because I said, well, what if I told you that I literally felt God's presence? Like I felt like God came to me and was talking to me and telling me what to do and leading me. He was like, I mean, if that's what you experienced, like, I guess, like, I'm not gonna say you're lying, but like, it would be hard for me to still believe that God's real, even though you just told me and we're friends. Like, I still wouldn't believe that God's real just because you encountered it. Like, he's saying, like, I would have to have him come face to face and like come in my life for me to believe that God's real.
Yeah, I could talk to these people all day.
Yeah, so that's why I just think you need a different argument on the link because I don't think, at least for him, I don't think the language one would work.
I just talked to somebody though, and they were like, "Yeah, I never heard that. I'm gonna use that," and it did work for them. It was a guy. Um, yeah,
That's that's good.
I would like to talk to this person that you're
So
talking
they
about.
believe in God now?
Oh, I don't know if they believe in God. They're just talking about like how they struggled with the ideal of God and um that they just had not heard that example before, just like the circular
As a reason.
reference. Yeah, as a reason. The circular reference is a reason or a proof that there's God.
Yeah, I think
Because we as humans cannot, we don't have our own circular reference like Excel, just simply Excel as a thing that I use every day. Like I'm not allowed to say, the input equals the output, but the input is going to be predicated on the output when the output's already predicated on the input, so there can't be two predications.
mm, I wish you could talk to my friend. Sure, if he would. He probably wouldn't
Oh
know
wait,
that,
what's
but
yo, you should ask him. But what about Courtney? What's she up to? When are we gonna ask her to do the egg thing with us? And I
she yeah, she's been so busy. She was just in so she lives in Australia, but she lives in Melbourne, but she was just in Japan and then was just in Sydney and she's getting back to Melbourne today. Um, actually, she's coming to the States in October, so I might go see her because she'll be in California.
Mhm.
So if yeah, when I'm in California, that's gonna be like October.
Okay,
Yeah,
that sounds cool.
but she said she would want to. I just know like the timing would be so. Oh well, because yeah, her job's different now. I'll still see if we can get her before we go to California.
Okay. Because I added like bullseye to the list, and that's like a good thing.
What's
Bullseye,
about?
like eating nutrition, like eating animals, don't eat animals, like what should we be eating, what shouldn't we be eating, like
Oh, because bullseye is a good reference. You're saying,
yeah,
but it's a meat or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Bull has animal in it. Yeah. But so I'm keeping it open minded. I'm trying to add to the collection.
Yeah, the huge collection.
Hey, whatever helps. Everything's everything, so we gotta get it all right.
Oh, stop it.
Yo, it's not even me that says it only. It's Lauren Hill and it's Glorilla.
Yeah, I'm supposed to trust these people. I don't know.
It's education. Because we've been going for 3 hours.
I knew it was forever. Well, I know I don't have anything to do. Well, I have to wake up early to volunteer, but like that's not like I could be tired for it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll I'm gonna be getting a coffee.
You said you'll be getting coffee?
Yeah, always be getting coffee pretty much.
Glorilla.
Get 'em glow. You know you the truth.
Yeah, I think it would be really interesting for you to talk to him because I actually think sometimes you guys would talk about similar, well, I don't know. Because, like, he has this thing too where he's like, we're gods. Like, he says that we don't realize how much power we have and we don't know how to really harness it. And when people believe that miracles are happening, it's really us doing it. Like it's not any god doing it. It's just somebody who finally knows how to like harness their powers.
I think there's definitely some stuff that we can tap into that we don't know how to.
And I agree. I think there is, but I think the reason we have the ability is because of the higher power. But again, if you don't believe in God, then yeah, you wouldn't have my thought of like we were given these abilities because of God. Like you're gonna think there's no God, so we just have these gifts because we are God. But my thing is, if we're gods, like why aren't we creating better stuff? Like we all still can't harness our powers. Like we suck. There's all this stuff out here in the world, and we're still not able to harness our powers better after all these dang years.
Hmm.
Like we can
Um,
create all this technology, but like we can't even harness our own power.
like, you mean we can't control our gadget? That's our body and stuff and our mind. Like, it controls us more than
I
we
guess.
control
Like if
it.
we're our yeah, like if we're our own god, like why can't I like after all these years, why haven't I been able to
Yeah.
just
Oh no,
create
no. Yeah,
a
we're not our
baby
own
in my
God.
stomach?
No, we're not our
What?
own God. Yeah, we're not God. God is us.
Yeah, I know, but that's where I'm saying my friend his belief is like we're gods. And so I was
Right.
saying like
See, that's what I'm getting at though too is that we can use this I can use this these words and stuff to like get people to see like different things or like to explain that there is a God. Like, yeah, even with the thing that God gave us, like back into explaining that there's God, like, because that's what I was talking about with the God complex. Like, your friend is talking about the God complex, and like, because the person is getting the line crossed or whatever, or twisted. Because I asked it is, because it has to go with the names about you, I, me. Oh, yeah, here it is. So God is you, but you are not God. That question touches on a paradox that lives at the edge of theology, philosophy, and identity. God is you, but you are not God. Let's explore what that might mean, slowly, honestly, and without easy answers. If God is you, this could mean God is within you. The divine lives through your breath, thoughts, and being. God is expressing itself as you, a drop of the ocean that contains the ocean. You are not separate from God, as some mystic traditions teach. Tat Tivam Asai, you are that. So in this view, you are not just made by God, you are made of God. You see?
mm, I mean, yeah, because I already have that idea. Like it's my friend who doesn't.
So how about I pass this on to this person? or you pass it on. How about you post to the podcast, show them to this podcast.
He would never listen to all of these hours.
You could just we I can timestamp it and date it for what, three
Yeah, you can
hours
do
and
that. I'll
then
send it to him, but I don't guarantee anything. I've told him to listen to things before, and he doesn't ever listen to them. And it's funny because I listen to everything he sends me. But that's just the kind of person I am.
toot in your own horn.
I was just saying, like, I don't know, somebody sends me something that they think is a hot topic for us to talk about, and like, they, then I have interest in it, right?
Yeah.
So then I listen to it. But I've sent things that we've been talking about to him, and I swear he doesn't listen to them. Like, again, he doesn't believe in God, right? So
Yeah, sure.
I was saying, would you believe someone's testimony if they had these miraculous things happen to them? And like, still no, but like, I sent this video on YouTube, and it's this. There's a whole whole channel of these people saying their testimony and like what brought them to God. This guy's story was so crazy, like there, because you say there's no coincidences, right? All it was crazy coincidences that had to have been God, and he didn't listen to it. And I was like, okay, well,
Yeah, no,
well,
it's not that there's no coincidences. It's that it's a God in disguise. So I mean, I guess essentially yes, yes. In premise, I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, but I'm just saying like something that I thought would open his eyes
yeah. Would it
or
be
maybe make him think. He won't.
sharing
He
this
doesn't
person's
listen to
story
it.
with
Yeah, and
this
it's over
person's
here. I'm
story?
listening to stuff about aliens and like a
So
lot.
what do you think is the greatest story to share with somebody? What do you think like the greatest moral of stories is? Is it to say that God is real? Is that what we're all supposed to be doing here in our own ways, expressing like God's love through our craft, our uh, our passion, our profession, or something like that?
Are you saying what is our purpose to it? An expression of
Like
God, or
is no, like first, what is um the like moral, like what's the greatest moral to any story, basically, and then like what are just some stories we should be telling people, and then blah blah blah, whatever I said after that.
how to answer?
Something about what I said.
What is the greatest like moral
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
story that we should tell?
Yeah,
Like,
no, just like what's the greatest moral then? Because you said you wanted to share this guy's story with your friend to like convince him, not convince him, but
well,
show
no,
him
the
like of God's
story is the person's
convinces.
testimony.
Correct, correct. Yeah, because everybody has a story.
Well, everyone has a story, but like this one was
Like
why he
crazy.
believes in God.
And why he believes in God, this guy?
Yeah, like the
Oh,
whole
okay.
channel is why like people turning into like
Yeah, but it's like, how could you not
Christianity.
believe in God? Like, regardless of whether it's all these different like whether people try to split hairs and call him this type of God or that type of God, just like believing in any God, period, right? Like, is probably the gist of being here or something, or what? Or
Yeah,
just
well, he's very like okay, so he again he said I'll
not even
believe
the
it when I
gist, though.
see it. So it's like a lot of people are they want facts, right? So it's like how am I supposed to believe in this if I don't have
And
proof?
can we talk about that then? Because before a fact was a fact, like a fact wasn't a fact till it was a fact, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but now you're just like it sounds like you're just like doing the like wild question to like
I'm
or
saying
like
like
wild statements. Like,
at one point in time there weren't any facts. Like we didn't know, you know what I'm saying? We don't know any facts. So you can't just live in the fact world. We only got the fact from not from living in the imaginative, like trial and error period, like where we just try things and we're like, oh, this might work. So you can't just say like you only live in. Does that kind of make sense? You get what I'm
Yeah, like
saying?
you're kind of saying like we didn't know until we did
Yeah.
tests or something. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like scientific studies, like you don't know red and blue make purple until you test it and try it and get fact.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I I just feel like with that though, like I don't believe there's supposed to be facts. It's faith. It's believing. It's not, if it's factual, then how is it a belief? Like, how is
Oh,
it
right,
faith?
right. Yeah. Or
And then that's where I am just like not, like, I understand him. He doesn't believe in God. He thinks that we're gods and things like that. But you can't have all these facts because then it's just science. Like, it's fate. That's why we don't know, because we're putting our
Mhm.
faith in that.
Hmm. So, but you are not God. So this could mean you are not the whole, but you're a part, a vessel, a reflection, not the totality. You have limits, confusion, fear, ego, traits not typically associated with all-knowing, all-powerful source. I would just basically say you like know nothing absolutely versus the all-powerful source knows everything. Okay, and then to say I am God casually might miss the depth and responsibility that statement carries. So while God may be present as you are not all of what God is. Does that make sense? I feel like that's just fire. I feel like that's just absolutely the dopest dope I've
Yeah, but
ever
that's
read.
because you believe in God.
Well, but so just between me and you, like, do you buy this? Yes or no?
Yeah, but that's because I believe in God. It's like my friend Taya. Like sometimes she just really is like, I don't get how people don't believe in Jesus. Though I'm like, because you already know. Like you know. So it's
Yeah,
like,
but that's not the point. Like the point is to keep spreading what you know, what you think you know then.
yeah, but you're like saying like, oh, this is fire, and like
It
it makes so much
is. It's
sense
the
and stuff. Which
dopest
like,
dope
yeah,
I've
I
ever
think
read
it
in my
makes
life.
sense because we already believe, because we already have a belief in knowing. Like it resonates hard for us, but like someone else hearing that still wouldn't take it in that way.
So this is what I'm saying about that is that everybody needs to step up to the plate and take a swing at it because we need everyone to be this messenger for those that are not getting the message. You peer pressure is a real thing. Like I don't yeah, it just depends on the messenger too. So when everyone says it, it's not it's a good thing. It's good for somebody to say what's already been said. You get what I'm saying? Will you move the camera down a little bit so I can see your face?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see anything. It's all black. It's
You
been
can't
like
see
that for
me?
like, no, everything's gone. I can't see myself.
No way.
Yeah, I
That
don't know what happened.
stinks.
It's
What?
fine though.
Like you can't see me when you can't see what I'm sharing with you?
No, I'll take a picture.
Oh my goodness.
It's been like maybe like 15 minutes.
Okay. Should I switch it up? Can you see me now? How's that look for
No,
you
it's
over there?
fine. I can't see anything.
Still can't see anything? I just changed the view
No,
and stuff.
I'll just send it to you. You'll see.
Oh, I'm so sad now.
It doesn't matter. I feel like I'm still talking to you and you can see me. So
Can you connect it to still not seeing anything, cuz?
did you get it? Did you write my message?
That's so ridiculous.
Dang, now cuz it's mad.
Ugh. It's still recording and transcribing. I don't know what to do now. I can't see. Oh, there you are. What are you doing over there? That's hilarious. Wow. Whatever. Okay. I don't know what to do. We'd have to leave the thing and
It
come
doesn't
back.
matter. It's fine. I
Okay.
don't need to
Okay.
see your head. I already
Okay.
know what it looks like.
All right. So paradox resolved, kind of. It says. Well, I wanted you to be able to see my screen though that I was sharing, but
Mm.
okay. So it says that God is you in essence, source, and spark. You are not God, ego. Okay. So um, trying to give you the spark notes of it. So this is like saying the flame is fire, but it is not the whole sun. You carry the divine, but you are not the totality of the divine. Mystic interpretations of what it means to say like God is you, but you are not God. And so it says that the mystic interpretation is that, um, for instance, one of the mystics, Rumi, says, or whoever, I searched for God and found only myself. And then I searched for myself and found only God. I love that one. I've heard that one a couple times. And then Eckhart, the eye with which I see God is the eye with which God sees me. That one I'm like somewhat still like processing. Anyways, Jesus says in John 10:34, is it not written in your law, I have said you are gods? But see, he said it wrong then. Because it's supposed to be said, God is you, but you are not God. Because, and the proof of this is in saying that you is a name. So when I say, God, will you do this for me? I'm saying God's name becomes you. But whenever I say just like, yo, hey God, in speaking to you, you don't answer because your name's not God. So that shows the
What is
dichotomy.
this verse?
It says John 10:34. John 10:34. And none of them is saying it egotistically. They mean it in awe and in surrender. And that's 100% true. Oh, summary. God is you. You carry the divine essence with you. Uh, you are not God. You are not the totality. You're finite. So both true, yes, if you hold them in paradox rather than opposition. So this is perfect for like the friend that we're talking about here. And the final thought that it gives is to say God is you is to speak from oneness. To say you are not God is to speak from humility. Both are necessary. Without one, the other becomes dangerous. Is that all good? Is that all
I don't know.
fire?
I'm
That sounds
still
so
look.
good.
No, I'm still looking at what that actually means, though.
What, John 10:34?
34. Jesus is responding to the Jewish leaders who accused him of blasphemy for claiming to be the Son of God. Here, Jesus refers to, then it brings up another verse where it is written, I said, you are God. You are all sons of Most High. The context of Psalm 82 involves God addressing human judges, and by using the term gods, he
Wait, I can't
refers
hear
to
you.
those.
I can't hear you. You
You
talking?
can't hear?
Oh,
Yeah,
now
I've
I
been
can.
talking.
Okay, now I can. Now I can. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, um, using the term gods, he refers to those who have been given authority to enact judgment on his behalf. Jesus uses this scripture to highlight that if those to whom the word of God came could be called gods, it is not blasphemous for him whom the Father consecrated and sent into the world to call himself the Son of God. In essence, Jesus is challenging his accusers to consider their own scriptures and recognize the authority and divinity vested in him. With compassion and wisdom, he redirects them to understand the deeper truths of faith. I don't even get that one. He's like calling them out. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't get it. I
I
don't
should I should pull up Chat
understand.
GPT right now.
Your best friend.
Yeah, let's check this out. So I'm gonna say one of the, oh, but now you made me forget. No, you didn't make me do anything. All right, knowing I do not know. Okay, so I wanted to ask it about this. Me knowing I do not know is knowing. Yes, and it's one of the highest forms of it. Um, oh, I wanted to ask it about like, yeah, the thing that we talked about, ignorance is bliss, or whatever. But all right, knowing I do, that sucks. You can't see me. But all right, whatever. Knowing I do not know is a meta awareness. So remember how we were talking about like the four types of knowing?
I don't know. I know. That's all I got. I got two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's I know. So it's repeating both of
I
them.
know I don't know.
Yep.
And I don't know. I know.
Yeah, that's one. That's two of them. Yeah.
Wait, I didn't get all four. I know. I don't know. I know. I don't know. And I don't know. I know.
I, so like that's to say that this person thinks that they know everything, and then the second one was I know I don't know, and then the third one is I don't know. I know.
I think I
Yeah.
said all of them.
Nope. And then the fourth one though is I don't know that I don't know.
Oh. But then
But
aren't
so
there
which one?
five?
Wait, which one did you
Because
say
there's
then?
I
Which one did you say?
know. I don't know.
I
Or
know.
does that
No,
one not
no,
count?
no, no. But you gotta double count like the two positives and the two negatives, and then you gotta flip flop the positives and the negatives. So it's I know no, which is like however you want to think of the word no as a positive or a negative. But you go I know no. That's the first one, and then the last one is I don't know. I don't know. So it's like you see the two repeats at the top,
Yeah,
and
when I mean I don't see anything, but
yeah,
wait, what if I? Oh no, there's nothing.
but like in your mind's eye.
No, I see nothing in my head. Is
Blank.
that funny?
It's blank.
It
Yeah, no.
is. I don't see
Oh yeah,
anything
you know how
there.
they say like people have photographic memory? Isn't that silly as heck? Like
How?
how else do you see memories other than in photos?
But that might be only your brain. Different
How do you see
programs.
photos? How do you see memories? You see them in like photos. You see them as a picture. Everybody's photographic memory has a photographic memory. Stop it. Everybody is good. We're good. We got this. That's what I'm saying. Like, stop playing around. Stop trying to like distinguish yourself so much that like you lose sight
But
of
I
who
think
we
they're
are and
photographic
everything.
memories, not like that though. Like I think it might be like an actual like maybe still.
I
Like
know. Then it's kind of like double
if I looked
meaning.
at an answer key and I had photographic memory, like I probably can like literally pull up every single piece of it. Rather than like my memory that's just like I remember seeing like a paper with lines and like
Oh yeah. No, I get what you're
numbers.
saying from that example. You're saying like I might see number one, what is the color of the sky? And then I can see like A is black, B is blue, C, and then all you see though, you might see what you might see is one is blue, or yeah, one
Yeah.
is B for blue. And
Yeah.
that's like when you remember the test, that's what you see. But either way, you
Yeah.
still just see the photograph, is what I'm saying. Like, a photographic memory, all memories are photogenic.
I don't know though. There's some people who it is different for people. I thought.
What other type
Well,
of
like
memories
I'm
are there? What other type of memories are there?
ask chat.
What, you
I'll
gonna
ask
see it in
chat.
you gonna see it in Braille? I mean, we're humans. We're the one with memories. What's that thing gonna tell
Just
me?
think about it. What do blind people, how do they remember anything?
Oh, that's such a great question. How do they see memories? Oh my God, that's such a great question. How do how do blind people see memories? Like what? Do they just they must see memories as imagination, like what they imagine.
Yeah, yeah, it has to be. Like, so
But you can
photographic
also
memory is,
smell it though. Memory is
well,
smelling
even
too.
it says photographic memory is in the same. It is refers to the rare ability to recall images, sounds, or objects with extreme accuracy after only a brief exposure, as if seeing them again in the mind's eye. So, like, it's perfect detail. So that's like why it's photographic memory.
So it has to do with there's some criteria that they're saying, but I'm just saying overall though, like memory in general, I'm just being like a smart ass about it, I guess. But um
Like, yeah, how else does it look in everyone else's head if
yeah,
we don't have
yeah,
photo?
right, photographic memory, right. And then the other thing
Well,
is like, yeah, you're just saying the
there's,
criteria is how long you've been exposed to it, and then just again we talked about the detail though, like you see 1A on the test, and then I saw like one plus the question plus the other answers
yeah.
or
But like
whatever it
there's
is.
some people who can use, there's like, okay, so my friend's husband, he is very like musical and stuff. And so when
Mhm.
he would describe sounds, like he would use colors.
Yep.
And that's like there's a name for it. But there's like not a lot of people are like that. And he used to think he was so weird because he never met people like that until he heard what the actual, I don't know the word of what it is, but there's a word for people who when they hear sounds and stuff, like they'd be like, yeah, it's like green.
Hmm.
So I mean, I'm sure people, they're, because again, a blind person, like, so I don't know, there's got to be other ways in people's memory that doesn't always seem as like how
Do
ours is
visual, yeah,
recalling. Yeah.
photo. Yeah. I asked this chat GPT what shape life was. And it said something about that being a great question. Let me see what it said.
Vic, I can't with you. Oh, great question. Oh, oh, you're just so
you
smart. These questions you be asking me.
you threw it like an accent on that.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
oh,
Because chat probably does have accent.
um, what are we talking about? Cause we're talking
The
about seeing
shape of life.
colors. Oh yeah, the shape of life. Okay, okay, but no, no. All right, what else? What else? Dang, there's. Yeah, I was gonna share that, I guess, with you, the circle, but not really. Not, I didn't want to share that. I guess just association. I don't know. That's what I was thinking about. Being able to associate like that, being able to do colors with sound and stuff. That's wild.
It is wild because I would never, my brain would never go there.
Uh, which is weird. Like blue is like a place and a feeling. Like I'm feeling blue. out of the blue. Oh, thought I was looking for something. I'm not sure what I'm looking for.
Because I don't know what you'd be looking for. You asked, what's the shape of light?
But okay, then I'll read this one to you, I guess. Which was just finishing up the I know that I don't know. And it says, this is Socratic wisdom, the core of what Socrates meant when he said, I know that I know nothing. He wasn't saying he was clueless. He was saying the wise person sees the horizon of unknowing and doesn't pretend it isn't there. In Zen, this is what they call beginner's mind, Shoshin. In beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the experts, there are few. Knowing you don't know keeps you open, curious, humble, which is essential for true understanding. And this is also ego killing too, like understanding this. In practical terms, when you say, I do not know, but you know that you don't, you're already ahead of those who think they know but don't. So, yes, knowing is, or knowing you don't know is a kind of knowing. It's not final knowledge, but it is true awareness. And that actually brought me back to like the ignorance is bliss. So it's the awareness like of your ignorance or something that like will make you happy. But okay, so final thought, the moment you know you don't know, you're no longer blind, you're seeing darkness with open eyes. Yeah. Just thinking like that's one of the best mindsets to have too, as far as ideals, because I think ideals are the biggest market in the world, which means like the buying and selling of things. So that's another reason like doing a podcast is a great ideal because I can sit here and talk and express ideals. So,
Yeah. Um, yeah. Because it get like if you're not willing to learn, then you have a sense of knowing all, which like is ego because
mhm.
yeah.
Ego
Yeah, that's
driven.
why like okay, so think about like if you're an athlete and you're not willing to take input from your coach, like you're not going to get better in your sport because your ego, you're like, "Well, I know best."
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, I've heard everything they had to say.
Exactly. So like you don't get a chance to evolve.
Like you've done it all before. This is so crazy. It's like, even though we might chat about this literally like tomorrow and we have the same conversation, I say the same exact words over and over, like it would still be a different conversation, just given everything that's happened, you know, just everything, just our next breath, our next, just whatever happens between now and that next time we chat, like all of that makes it all different. It's pretty beautiful. But yeah, cuz I love you and probably cut it there.
Sounds good too. Glad I could chat about everything is everything and everywhere is everywhere.
And everyone's everyone. All the everys,
Oh,
every the alls. But yeah. All right, podcast number 5 in the books. I will be. Yep, I got post these. So now I got like a backlog. Yeah.
oh
So
gosh.
Yeah. Let me hit, let me see more. Forward transcribe, number 5 in the books. Stop recording. Stop recording and transcription.